Hello, hello, hello. It's been far, far too long. But we are back. Incredibly late on Father's Day. I would say shocker, but there isn't much to say there. But we are back. Incredibly late on Father's Day. For a last minute 32-man Fire Pro Father's Day tournament. That is going to take fucking forever, and I have work in the morning. So buckle up, motherfuckers, because we're going for a ride. Let's switch over to the game feed here. Show you the bracket. Get over here. Our opening contest is Bill Goldberg, a father. Everybody in this tournament is a father. And this is for the Ultimate Dad Championship, by the way. There are a couple people in this tournament who aren't real, but they have, like, created children. And the way I made sure of that is there is a second version of them in the game. Jorge Guerrero is the father of Jorge Guerrero Jr. Big Scary is the father of Big Scary 2. There's one more way down here. Mason Kairoa is a father. Do I remember his daughter's name? No. But she's in the game. I have her downloaded. So there are 3 not real life wrestlers who are dads in this tournament. 3 of 32, you do the math. I don't think their odds are great. But our opening contest, Bill Goldberg versus Eddie Guerrero. Rob Van Dam, recent father, versus Bruno Sammartino. Jorge Guerrero versus Big Scary. So immediately in the first round, one of the not real life dads is being eliminated. Yoshihiro Takayama against Kazuchika Okada. Kenta versus Yuji Nagata. Hiroki Goto versus The Big Show. Psychosis versus Juventud Guerrera. Ken Shamrock versus Kenta Kobashi. Ultimo Dragon versus Taka Michinoku. It's base game Taka Michinoku, so this might not end well. Scott Hall versus Tama Tonga. I'm 90% sure Tama Tonga's a dad. It just doesn't show up on his Wikipedia. Satoshi Kojima is a father. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yes. I've verified 99% of these. The only one I really didn't is Tama Tonga, but I'm pretty sure he's posted something about his kids on Instagram. Satoshi Kojima and Tiger Mask, Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. The controversial one, Chris Benoit. Father, yes. Good one? I never said that. Against Brody Lee. Great father. Rey Mysterio Jr. against Brody King. Brian Cage and Mason Kairoa. And then Penta versus Jimmy Wang Yang. So that is our first round of this tournament. And we are doing all of the tournament. How am I doing on water? Not a lot. Fucking buckle up. Chat, we might be here for a long fucking ride. Holy shit. Alright. Let us get this underway here. With our first match, Bill Goldberg versus Eddie Guerrero. And our referee, of course, is a father himself, Red Shoes Uno. And it is the IWGP Championship fit. Which is, or the IWGP fit, which is perfect because a title's on the line at the end of this tournament. And of course, our first entrant, none other than fucking Bill Goldberg. I should have went into retired and put Scott Steiner in here. There are still some kayfabe retirements from the CPWF VSPW days. Speaking of, there may or may not be a return of some degree. But Bill Goldberg versus Eddie Guerrero. Fuck yeah. So, let's get this underway here. Bell called for STO immediately from Goldberg. Body slam from Eddie. Now, as mentioned, this tournament is for the Dad of the Year Championship. Or the Dad Championship. I only had 12 letters to work with. I could have named it Ultimate Dad. That would have been great. But I literally just made it before I made the tournament. So it's not a super valuable belt or anything. Who am I kidding? It's for the Dad of the Year. The winner of this is the Ultimate Dad. And they will hold the belt until next Father's Day, where I will hopefully do another Father's Day tournament. My mouse is on the screen. Son of a bitch. It's been a while. I haven't streamed since November. Cut me some slack here. STO from Goldberg again. A little bit of back and forth offense so far in this match. Drop toe hold from Eddie. I believe Chavo Guerrero is a dad, but the only Chavo edit I have is like WCW Chavo. Backslide for one. And obviously I'm not worried about the timeline of dadhood. I just am 99% sure that he would get fucking killed in the tournament. So I was like, I'll spare Chavo a little bit there. A leg lock of sorts from Goldberg, but no give up from Eddie Guerrero. Quick shot to the midsection from Bill Goldberg, as Bret Hart would refer to him. Elbow to the back of the head, driving the knee into the mat. DDT from Eddie Guerrero. Latino heat. Lariat from Goldberg. Already need water. We're in for a hell of a time. There is no time limit. But 5 minutes have passed. Butterfly suplex from Goldberg. Hold. Eddie went for a dropkick and fucking whiffed. Drag. Eddie Guerrero trying to get on top here. Goldberg going after the leg. Not a leg offense from Goldberg. For some reason, he's just looking for the spear. Jackhammer. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Takes down Eddie Guerrero. Drop toe hold and the stomp to the back. Guerrero with a cover. Just getting the one count. Red Shoes Uno doing a fantastic job. Long night for Red Shoes. No other referee. I don't sit out crucifix bomb for 2. I had to figure out what to call it. Just stomp and then a pin from Goldberg for 2. Guerrero off the rope, sidewalk slam from Bill Goldberg. Figure 4 neck lock of sorts. No give up. Eddie Guerrero refusing to give up. Butterfly suplex. Eddie up right away, snap suplex. Thought we were going to see 3 amigos there. Hooks the leg off the suplex. Gets 1, 2. No. Just a 2 count. Power slam from Bill Goldberg off the ropes. Thinking spear connects. Guerrero no-sold the spear. Goldberg firing up as Guerrero's staring him down. Eddie looking for the Eddie spot, but red shoes not biting. And a DDT in the corner. Drop toe hold from Eddie Guerrero, hooks the leg. 10 minutes have passed. 2 count on the pin. Butterfly suplex from Bill Goldberg. Stomp to the face. Uppercut from Eddie. Goldberg off the rope, tilt the roll backbreaker. Oh, splitting the face of Goldberg. Paradise lock. Sort of. Almost Paradise lock adjacent. But no give up from Goldberg. Goldberg sent into a corner. Monkey flip out of the corner from Eddie Guerrero. Splitting the face of Bill Goldberg yet again. Gory special. doesn't go for the pin off the Gore special. I don't know why he didn't there. That would have been a huge, fantastic time to do it. Pump handle slam from Goldberg. I can already tell you, I'm going to have to get water after this match. Eddie Guerrero. Oh my God! Goldberg's hurt! Eddie Guerrero has injured Bill Goldberg in this tournament. What a fucking guy. Eddie Guerrero moving on to the second round of the tournament after injuring Goldberg. Hot damn. The knockout. Doesn't even get the pin. Just the knockout. Now we have Rob Van Dam, Bruno Sammartino. I should have refilled my water before this. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's get this next match underway. Rob Van Dam, recent father. This is Bruno Sammartino. Entering first, of course, Battle Creek, Michigan's finest. Rob Van Dam. The whole fucking show. We swear here. Do it with me now. Rob Van Dam. That's right. Against Bruno Sammartino. One of the biggest legends in the business. There's a chance we see Bruno Sammartino and Kenta Kobashi later in this tournament. I would love that. Here we go. Red Shoes calls for the bell or whistle. Meeting of the minds. Nothing happens. A boot from Sammartino and a shot to the midsection. Realistically, this match favors Sammartino just size-wise. The size comparison, Bruno Sammartino much larger than Rob Van Dam. Van Dam's getting some offense in. Putting some work in here. Shot to the head. Obviously, me saying Van Dam is a recent father. He and, I believe, Katie Forbes, I hope that's her name, welcomed their first child into the ring. Earlier this year. So he is fighting for the honor of all the new dads. Everybody in the tournament's fighting for the honor of dads in general. But Van Dam, being a more recent father, is saying, hey, I'm a dad. I am welcomed here. Putting in a lot of work is Van Dam. A real clutch, just a one count. Sammartino probably never saw anything like that back in his day. Van Dam sending Sammartino up the ropes between the legs, back body drop. On the Italian Superman. Van Dam kick. Front face lock, elbow to the back. Center of the ring for Bruno Sammartino, trying to keep it in the middle. Kicks from Van Dam, punches from San Martino, and a test of will. Van Dam comes out on top. Spin kick from RVD. Big clubbing blow to the back of Van Dam. Just a 2 count. All we see. Van Dam getting 2 counts on San Martino in under 5 minutes. Not a good sign for Bruno. Oh, Tiger Angel's wings from Rob Van Dam. I believe Christopher Daniels' father. Should have put him in the... There are so many people I could have put in this tournament chat. So many people. There could have been so many people in this tournament, but we have who we have. San Martino on the ropes just eats a Van Dam kick. Into the corner. Body slammer. Split leg moonsault from RVD. 2. Oh, 2.9. The split-legged moonsault almost takes out Bruno Sammartino. RVD getting the crowd involved with the Rob Van Dam chant. Sammartino saying, "Slow it down, brother." Side headlock takeover. Sammartino gasping for air. It almost worked last time. Will it this time? Split-legged moonsault. Van Dam looking to upset Sammartino. No, just a 2 count. Big shots from Bruno Sammartino. Suplex blocked. Sending Van Dam to the floor. It's a tough bump. Tough fall from Van Dam. He's up and back in like nothing happened. Van Dam is taken worse. I don't know how many more of these hands from Sammartino Van Dam can take. Eating a big kick to the head. Van Dam kick. Arm drag. RVD still putting in work here. Bruno Sammartino. Argentine backbreaker. No give up from Van Dam. Spinning kick from the whole effing show. Again, getting the crowd involved. Another test of will. Kicks from Van Dam. Punches from Sammartino as we cross 10 minutes. Front face lock, elbow to the back. Towards the corner. Van Dam going up top, thinking 5-star. Onto the back of Sammartino. Rolling him over, getting the cover. 1. Is that going to be it? And Van Dam eliminating Bruno Sammartino in the first round. Unbelievable upset. Nobody saw it. I sure as hell didn't. I didn't know who was going to win that match, but I did not think it would have been Rob Van Dam. But Rob Van Dam moving on to face Eddie Guerrero. The Battle of the Frog Splashes at the start of round 2. Make sure to drink your water, chat. Everyone watching at home. Jorge Guerrero, father of Jorge Guerrero Jr., who, if you watched the old VSPW and CTWF shows, you might remember. And Big Scary, father of Big Scary 2. I don't think Big Scary 2 worked much, but Big Scary might have been in a couple cards for CTWF, VSPW. Of course, got to make his way to the ring first. Jorge Guerrero Sr. Or just Jorge Guerrero. Still has never been fond of his son Jorge Guerrero Jr. taking up the mantle while he was still in the business. And while his opponent Big Scary loves to work with his son, Big Scary 2, and just demolishing their opponents. Red Shoes calling for the bell again, and here we go. Poison missed almost immediately from Jorge Guerrero, but he completely missed. Visibly, there is a size difference. Big Scary, big Jorge Guerrero, not very. wonder how size will play a factor in this match. If Jorge Guerrero can get the speed up early, this could be all right for him. Blocks the punch and drills Big Scary with one of his own straight across the face. Reverse Kamigoye of sorts. More of a V-trigger to the back of the head. From Jorge Guerrero off the ropes, hip toss, cartwheel drop kick, beautiful. Jorge Guerrero showing his lucha style here in Arena, Mexico. Side headlock takeover. Somehow maneuvered to a crucifix. I believe this is just called Arena Mexico. Arena de Universo. Sorry. The Arena of the Universe. Oh, super kick to the back of the head. Rolling last chancery, but he lets go right away. Big Scary trying to slow the pace down here. Launching Big Scary is Jorge Guerrero. Jorge Guerrero throwing mighty kicks, but Big Scary retaliating with chops. The chops do not slow down Jorge Guerrero. Brutal headbutt and a stomp to the midsection. Big Scary is just that. Big and scary. Jorge Guerrero looked for the mist again and whiffed. Springboard 450 from Jorge Guerrero. Not doing anything off of it. 5 minutes have passed. Big Scary gets a 1 count. Sidewalk slam. Taking down Jorge Guerrero. Potentially ripping at the mask is Big Scary. Side headlock takeover. Hooks the arm. Maneuvers to a crucifix. Gets a 2 count. Pushes for distance and nails a drop kick. Was Jorge Guerrero. Big Scary up before Jorge can do anything. Quick forearm into a cover, just a 1 count. Dives through, spits mist into the air. I thought he was going for it. Big Scary sending Jorge Guerrero off the ropes, hits him with a boot and a knee. Just a front suplex into a slam. Backslide Bushi roll from Jorge. Oh, just a 1 count. Big headbutt. But Big Scary. Oh! 1, 2. No! Off the spiral bomb. A sniper crossface. No give up. Roll up from Jorge Guerrero. Just a 2. Pile driver, a reverse tombstone, if you will. From Big Scary, we're going to see another body slam. And 450 into the middle. Is Jorge Guerrero going to go for a pin off of that? No. Instead, he's going to pick up Big Scary, side headlock takeover, and hooks the leg for 2. A reverse tombstone as we hit 10 minutes. Back jumping knee to the back of the head. Oh, diving splash to the back of Big Scary. And Big Scary almost throwing Jorge Guerrero to the floor. Jorge staying in the ring just barely. Inverted 450. Big Scary's up before Jorge Guerrero. Jorge Guerrero might just be wearing himself out before it's time. Might just be wearing himself out. Reverses the suplex. Reverse kneeling pile driver again from Big Scary. Suplex slam. Big Scary starting to mount some offense here. Hefty clothesline. Jumping knee missed. Jorge Guerrero up top. What are we going to see here? To the floor. Moonsault. Oh. Landed on his feet. Was looking for a German suplex. Swift double back elbows from Big Scary. Caught her on the floor from Jorge Guerrero. Guerrero's got a chair. Oh, and a spear from Big Scary. Big Scary off the ropes. Lariat. And another spear. Big Scary's firing up side headlock takeover from Jorge Guerrero. Hooks the leg. Gets two. Body slam in the middle. Off the ropes, 450 again. Jorge, go for a cover. What are you doing, man? Big Scary. So much damage to the neck of Jorge Guerrero. Those massive pile drivers, lariats, chop to the face it looked like. God damn. Sidewalk slam. Big Scary getting vicious in here. Down drag from Jorge Guerrero, jumping knee, back elbow from Big Scary. Guerrero tried to pick him up, kicks from Guerrero, chops. Oh, and rolling back into a drop kick is Jorge Guerrero. Look at the lucha here. Oh, Jorge Guerrero. Oh, the Eddie spot works! What? The Eddie spot works! Jorge Guerrero winning with the Eddie Guerrero spot. The ref called for the DQ. Unbelievable. We could see Jorge Guerrero beat Eddie Guerrero with that move. But of course, Jorge Guerrero is going to have to get through either Yoshihiro Takayama or Kazuchika Okada. And that is no small task. That match coming up next. The Emperor of the Ring, the leader of Takayama Do, Yoshihiro Takayama. We saw Bill Goldberg, another representative of this faction, earlier tonight. And now we see Kazuchika Okada representing Chaos still. My universe isn't left yet. It's just still a member of Chaos. Red Shoes calls for the bell. Takayama, Okada, here we go. Armbar, no give up. Takayama drops Okada. Uppercut. Side headlock from Okada. Trying to dictate the pace here. Test the strength. Okada, draw. Okada had a little bit of an edge over Takayama. Kick to the back from Takayama. Takayama, former MMA fighter. So you know those kicks hurt, and Okada had enough. Overpowering Yoshihiro Takayama. Okada sends Takayama off the rope, shoulder block. Halfway, calling for the Rainmaker. Drilled in the back again is Okada. Okada did not know this is a fall. Shoulder block. Heel hook of sorts, or an Achilles lock from Yoshihiro Takayama. Shoulder block drops Okada. Very cocky, covered with the foot on the chest. Elbows back and forth here. And Okada eats it into that Achilles lock. Takayama on top in a lot of this match so far. As we're approaching 5 minutes. Okada looking to get some offense of his own off the ropes. Looking for a sliding kick. Sliding single leg drop kick. Might not have been sliding, but either way, single leg drop kick. Wrenching the knee as we cross 5 minutes. Kitchen sink from Takayama, and then a massive leg drop. You just hear the impact on the ring. Drop kick from Kazuchika Okada. Drop down, take it down. Takayama, and a money clip Potentially looking to get a submission victory here. Butterfly blocked from Okada. Back body drop almost sends Takayama to the floor. Beautiful drop kick from Kazuchika Okada. Now, obviously, the winner of this match will face Jorge Guerrero, who was on top for 90% of his match. And if this match goes back and forth a lot, that is going to severely hinder the victor of this match going into the second round of the tournament. And Takayama with some brutal knees on the outside. Both men in by the 11 count. Okada thrown into the corner, throws Takayama into the corner. Takayama throws a boot, drops Okada. Double axe handle takes down Kazuchika Okada. Takayama off the ropes looking for a big boot. Nobody home. Takayama off the ropes, flapjack from Kazuchika Okada. Back elbow combination of kicks. Vicious uppercut from Okada, but Takayama does not care. Hits him with a butterfly suplex. Double axe handle from Takayama. Takayama off the ropes, nothing doing. Okada to his feet, sends Takayama off the ropes on a picture perfect drop kick. Okada coming off the ropes and another. Takayama sends Okada off the ropes and a running knee. Single leg Boston Crab. No give up called. Okada refusing to give up. Backdrop driver almost. Rope break now. Quick. Another quick cover from Takayama. Gets two as we cross 10 minutes. Drop kick from Okada. This match has been a lot more back and forth than the previous. And these two competitors will have less time to recover between their match and their second round match against Jorge Guerrero. Big boot from Yoshihiro Takayama. Knees to the midsection. Okada hooks the leg. Almost puts Okada away. Okada locking in the money clip. No give up called. Takayama refusing to go down to a money clip. And he's saying it's over. Double axe handle. I thought we were going to see the German. And there it is. Look at the bridge. Tiptoes and Okada out at two. Okada with a twisting tombstone into the money clip. And again, Takayama refusing to stay down. Both men throwing elbows. Okada fired up. Big boot. Takayama, big boot of his own. Uppercut from Okada. Okada firing up. Might have been thinking Rainmaker. Butterfly suplex. Look at the bridge from Takayama. Almost takes Okada out of the tournament in the first round. Drop kick to the back from Okada. One shot. Takayama drops Okada. Okada body slam. What is he looking for here? Diving elbow from Okada, and he's calling for it. Rainmaker hooks the leg. That's it. You're done. Takayama kicks out. Refusing to stay down is Yoshihiro Takayama. Okada sidesteps the boot. Twisting tombstone. Enzi. As we've crossed 15 minutes now. This match going significantly longer. Not significantly longer yet, but definitely longer than the previous. Doing a major disservice to both of these men, whoever makes it to the next round. Takayama off the ropes, leg drop. Overhead belly to belly. Takayama sucking wind here. Twisting tombstone. Okada money clip. And Yoshihiro Takayama has to give up. He's just taking too much damage to the neck from all the tombstones and the Rainmaker. Kazuchika Okada moving on to the second round against Jorge Guerrero. eliminating Takayama from the Father's Day tournament. So we will see a more time to recover Jorge Guerrero and shorter match. And more dominant match, Jorge Guerrero. Take on a more beaten down and tired Kazuchika Okada. And our next advancement is, well, we'll see. Kenta Yuji Nagata versus either Haruki Goto or the Giant. But first, Kenta Yuji Nagata. Next. Borderline, a battle of New Japan and Noah. The Noah representative being Kenta, and the New Japan representative being Yuji Nagata. Now, Yuji Nagata has wrestled just about everywhere in Japan, as has Kenta. So, never mind. Their present employers works a little bit better. And here we go, red shoes, ad called for the bell, whistle, same thing. Now Nagata, obviously a shooter, but Kenta is too, to a degree. I mean, Kenta throws hard strikes, as does Nagata. Nagata, very versed in grappling as well. Best of strength, ends in a draw. Hard kick to the chest of Yuji Nagata. Now obviously, Kenta, younger, probably going to have a better cardio. Maybe able to go longer than Yuji Nagata. But Nagata is so much more experienced. That might not matter. That might not have enough of an effect. Side headlock from Nagata, no give up. Quick elbow from Kenta. Shoulder block from Yuji Nagata. And a hard kick to the back of Kenta. Elbows back and forth here. Down goes Yuji Nagata. Knee drop. Driving the elbow into the knee and wrenching it. Shoulder breaker from Yuji Nagata. Kenta with another elbow. Snapmare. Hard kick to the back of Nagata. You can only do so many of those before Nagata gets mad. 3 elbows from Nagata. 3 more. Jumping boot. Kenta just eats it, sends it off the ropes like a lariat. Takes down Nagata. Double leg takedown. Nagata north-south. Wasn't north-south after a little bit. As we cross 5 minutes. Hard elbows. Kenta. Head first and blocks it. Head first in the corner goes Nagata. Kenta from the middle, nothing doing. Stops on a dime. Nagata front face lock, elbow to the back, center of the ring. Throwing these elbows to Kenta. Kenta just eating them. Teeing off in the corner. Jesus. A massive drop kick from Kenta. Up and down, and wrenching on the leg. Yuji Nagata refusing to give up. Another elbow from Kenta. And the Achilles lock we saw earlier. This time from Yuji Nagata, as opposed to Yoshihiro Takayama. For those just joining us, Takayama eliminated by Kazuchika Okada. Eddie Guerrero eliminated Bill Goldberg. Jorge Guerrero beat Big Scary. And Rob Van Dam eliminated Bruno Sammartino. So far in the tournament. Dropping the elbow on the leg again. Elbows from Kenta. Combination of kicks from Nagata. Nagata lock. No give up. Kenta refusing. Very disrespectful kick as we cross 10 minutes. Very back and forth is this match. With the hope, for the sake of both competitors, whoever comes out on top has enough gas to make it through the rest of the tournament. Jumping kick, Yuji Nagata, throwing kicks, Falcon Arrow, Kenta did the deal. Just a 2 count. Hard elbows from Kenta. Elbows from Nagata. Slaps from Kenta to Nagata in a roundhouse kick. Whoa, harsh German suplex. And Nagata lock. The crossface. No good. Domination from Kenta. Off the rope from the heat of a midsection. Big boot to the back of the head. Jesus! Brutal suplex. Hooks the leg of Kenta. 2.9. Borderline puts him away. Falcon Arrow hooks the leg. 2. Oh, Yuji Nagata staying alive. Look at the armbar. Nagata's submission prowess showcased here. Cross armbar, rope break called. Kenta telling Nagata to get up after picking him up. Hard elbow to the back of the head, off the ropes goes Kenta. Barrels through Nagata. Vicious suplex from Nagata. Cover. Yuji Nagata not moving on to the next round. Tiger suplex. Kind of. Is that Tiger or Butterfly? I know it's not Dragon. Nagata got the ankle. No give up. Crossface. Kenta trying to get to the ropes. Unable to do it. Another suplex. Nagata with a cover. Almost. Back and forth with the elbows. Kenta firing up. Just a massive slap. Nagata up right away. Enziguri. Pummeling slaps from Kenta. Roundhouse kick. Combination here. Elbows from Nagata. More elbows from Nagata. Rounding kick to the chest. Throwing Nagata to the floor. Kick to the chest into the barricade. As we cross 20 minutes, the longest match in the tournament so far. Nagata into the barricade again. Kenta just unrelenting. Missed the discus lariat. Both men in before the count of 15. Discus lariat from Kenta. Crossface. Nagata. Rope break. Hard elbows. Yuji Nagata eats an elbow from Kenta, sending Nagata off the ropes. Busaiku knee from Kenta. That's an armbar, but Kenta is in the ropes. Every match perfectly called down the middle by Red Shoes Una. Hard kicks. Now crossface and Kenta eliminating Nagata with a submission that we very well could have seen out of Yuji Nagata's wheelhouse. But going for 22 and a half minutes has to wear on you as a competitor. The omoplata crossface. That is a long match to have to go more after. Especially against either Haruki Goto or the Giant. Now let's get that match underway. Now, of course, Haruki Goto is solo. No partners here. Just Haruki Goto. Not particularly known as a single star as of late. But who knows? He could have a massive performance in this tournament. And it would be a massive start by defeating the Giant. Red Shoes calling for the bell, and here we go. Obvious size difference. The Giant is, well, fucking giant. And Haruki Goto is known for the size of his heart. Never one to stray away from a fight as Haruki Goto. Giant with a lariat. I want to call him the Big Show. That's not the gimmick he is right now. Shoulder block. Nothing doing. Elbow to the back of the Giant. Snapmare almost throwing the Giant to the floor. Just a body slam. Wrenching on the chin with a rear chin lock. Side headlock into a back body drop. Hooks the leg as the Giant gets a 1 count. This match could be over fast. And that would be terrifying if you're Kenta watching this match in the back. Having to think if this match goes anything under 15, the immense disadvantage you'd be at. Goto looking for the GTR, nothing doing as the Giant escapes, and then a hanging choke. The most terrifying thing we could witness here is the Giant dropkick off the top. Goto potentially thinking GTR again. Almost got it. Haruki Goto hunting down the GTR early. Wants to have a significant advantage in the second round match against Kenta if he can pull out the victory against the Giant. Giant gouging at the eyes into the corner. Goto potentially thinking for something off the top, but the Giant says no. Again, Goto looking for the GTR. Across 5 minutes. Giant hooks the leg, 1 count. Not a lot of offense so far. Pretty stagnant. I mean, there has been offense, but it hasn't been particularly one-sided. A little bit very back and forth. Giant just throwing Goto to the floor, though. Oh, the Giant stomping a little bit below the belt of Haruki Goto. Goto potentially thinking GTR on the floor, instead throws the Giant into the apron, and the Giant just gets it ring after that. But now Goto mounting offense, trying to stay on top of the Giant here, but instead the Giant just hoists him overhead and slams him into the mat. Big overhand chop. 2 from Haruki Goto. Goto was thinking something in the corner, nothing doing. Giant said, you know what, you want to play overhand chops? I'll do it right back on a jumping headbutt from the big man. Suplex from Haruki Goto. Good God, Yushi-Hiroshi hooks the leg, just a 1 count. Giant not phased that he was just hoisted by Haruki Goto. And there's the choke slam from the Giant, hooks the leg. If this match ends in under 10, 2.9. If this match ends, match borderline ended in under 10. And the match prior, who the winner of this faces at 22.5. Here, seated chin lock. Another suplex sends the Giant to the floor. 2, 3. Goto just going for offense on the floor. 8. In before the count of 9. Giant again, stomp it. A little too low. The Red Shoes being generous here. Stomp to the lower back of Haruki Goto. Goto thinking suplex. The Giant said, I've had enough of those. You're going over. Snapmare sends the Giant to the floor. 2, 3. It's an impressive throw. Throwing the Giant to the floor. Another Yushi-Hiroshi from Haruki Goto. Goto getting a lot of offense here. Dropping the elbow, boot to the hamstring, and dropping the elbow again. The Giant refusing to stay down. Haruki Goto's got the right idea though. Take out the legs of the big man. Goto. Shouten. That is how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Massive clothesline. Goto fired up. Hard kick to the back of the Giant. Is Haruki Goto going to think GTR? No, some of the ropes popped up. Now the Giant going to stomp to the back. Harsh elbows from Haruki Goto. An overhand chop. Yushi-Hiroshi. No. The Giant said, I'm not doing it again. No. Goto wants it. Oh, reverse GTR. I don't know what the hell to call that. It was a rope break nonetheless. Side Russian leg sweep from the Giant. The Giant's got to quit doing this. Red Shoes might get tired of it. Big boot. Turning belly to belly from the Giant. Off the ropes. Is he looking for a spear? No, just a clothesline. Spear's not in the arsenal yet of the Giant. Goto. GTR. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be it? And that is. Haruki Goto has eliminated the Giant. In 7 minutes less than Kenta eliminated Yuji Nagata. But Haruki Goto potentially took a lot more damage in that match against the Giant. Pardon me while I drink some water here. I don't have a broadcast partner. Just me tonight. So the next second round match is set in Kenta and Yuji and Haruki Goto. I almost said Yuji Nagata. That was the first round match. Now we have Psychosis and Juventud Guerrera. And the winner of that will face either Ken Shamrock or Kenta Kobashi. Which... that in of itself will be an insane match, and that will dictate the final second round match of the top half of the bracket. Psychosis, Juventud Guerrera, two WCW staples of the Cruiserweight division at least, up next. Making his way to the ring first. Psychosis. The winner of this has a tall task ahead of them, whether it is Ken Shamrock or Kenta Kobashi. Psychosis is the opponent of Psychosis, the Juice, Juventud Guerrera. When she was calling for the bell, and here we go. Now expect a faster paced match than we have seen as of late. I think the fastest match prior to this would have been Jorge Guerrero and Big Scary, and Big Scary is not a fast wrestler. Jorge Guerrero is just in control the entire match, just about. Psychosis missing the crossbody, Juventud running Bulldog. Hard shot from Psychosis, then a shot to the back, but nothing doing after that. Arm drag from Psychosis. Twisting leg drop of sorts. In particular, we know what to call it. Juventud. Bulldog, center of the ring. Shot to the back, big senton. Snap suplex. Takes down Juventud. Juve is sent off the... Never mind, Psychosis was sent off the ropes. My brain might have been backwards for a second there. I do apologize. Stretch muffler from Juve. Another move I thought we would see out of his arsenal. I don't know if I have a Brock Lesnar edit, but that would make sense in his arsenal. Maybe El Desperados. The Numero Dos. The suplex sending Psychosis to the floor. Overhand chop and immediately into a cover, just a 1 count. For Psychosis, snap suplex takes down Juventud Guerrera. Arm drag takes down Juve and then a kick to the back from Psychosis. Snap suplex from Juve this time. Juve with a drop kick. Psychosis up immediately. Does not give a shit about the drop kick as we cross 5 minutes. A quick roll up. Arguably one of the most dangerous moves in professional wrestling. Can end a match in a second. Well, in 3 seconds. Massive moonsault, but Psychosis just gets out of the way. Moments before impact. Drags Juve. Goes for a pin. Nothing doing. Sit out crucifix. Just a rope break. Psychosis went for a splash. Juve moved. Moonsault from the Juice. Gets a 2 count. Almost putting away Psychosis in under 10. The shorter this match goes, the immense benefit as they will have, as the winner will have so much more energy for the second round match against much larger opponents. Ken Shamrock and Kenta Kobashi. A lot less speed. 450 and Psychosis is hurt. Juventud just dancing on him. The Juice moving on to the second round, injuring Psychosis with that 450. You gotta wonder if he didn't quite make the rotation and landed knees on the ribs. You just never know. But Juventud Guerrera moving on to the next round to face either Ken Shamrock or Kenta Kobashi. Why isn't that scrolling? Hold on. What? There we go. Ken Shamrock, Kenta Kobashi, Okuma Dragon, Taka Michinoku next, but that is on the bottom half of the bracket. So that has no effect on the top half. Ken Shamrock, Kenta Kobashi next. course. Making his way to the ring. The most dangerous man, also representing Takayamado, Ken Shamrock. And his opponent, Orange Crush, also representing Takayamado, so it's a little bit of in-faction warfare here. Kenta Kobashi. Here we go. This match, definitely not going to be as fast as the last match. More hard hitting. More striking, more grappling. Although you always have to watch out for Kobashi's moonsault, which is fascinating to see a man of his size, his muscle, hit a moonsault like that. Kobashi not particularly the size of Bam Bam Bigelow. But Kobashi, still a big man. Seeing a moonsault out of him is fascinating. Shamrock trying to take advantage here. Kobashi shutting it down. Snapmare takes down Kobashi. Shamrock hooks the leg, no count. Rooster Sad, welcome in. That was a brainbuster from Kobashi. Oh, almost had a sub 5-minute match. Rooster, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me so late. 11:34 local time. Kobashi drops Ken Shamrock with the chops. Knee to the chest. Fireman's carry from Shamrock into a cover, no count. Kobashi says, fuck you. Dragon screw leg whip from Shamrock. Fisherman Buster holds it with a bridge, just a 1 count. You work today. Do you work tomorrow? Single leg crab, rope break. Rooster, if you work tomorrow, go the fuck to bed. I know your schedule. I work tomorrow, and I should go to bed soon, and I'm doing this. So God damn it, I have a job to do. Sleeper hold, rope break called by Red Shoes Uno. Snap suplex. I believe I was looking at my other monitor. Elbow to the back. Standing switch. Half and half suplex from Kobashi. No, you don't work tomorrow. Okay, cool. Still, that is a long-ass day for you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here to witness the Father's Day tournament. Ankle lock from Shamrock. No give up. Kenta Kobashi refusing. Elbow to the back of the head. How are audio levels? I think this is my first stream with HyperX Squadcast. I think I'm probably doing all right if I'm drowning in the mix. Oh my God! Burning hammer to Kobashi, and Shamrock not doing anything after that. And a burning lariat. What the fuck? Shamrock hits a burning hammer and doesn't go for the pin. Game is louder than me. Okay. I will turn me up in the mix. How are we sounding now? I will turn the game down a little bit too. That should be good. That might be too much, actually. Alright, I think I was here. I think that's good. How we doing? I'm just going to keep calling the match. You let me know how it's going. I haven't streamed with the HyperX Squadcast yet. Last time I did, I don't remember the mic I had. It was a good one. Just my mixer went to shit. Chop block from Kobashi. Not Kobashi, Shamrock sounds better. Perfect. Thank you so much. And the machine gun chops from Kobashi. And a dragon screw leg whip as we cross the 10-minute mark. Overhead belly to belly from Shamrock. Off the ropes. Single leg drop kick from the most dangerous man. An orange crush. And that's it. No! Shamrock out at 2. Ken Shamrock, defiant, refusing to go down. Going up top. Are we going to see overhead belly to belly off the top? Shamrock with a cover. That's got to be it. No! Kobashi out at 2. And immediately in the test of will, chops from Kobashi take down Shamrock. And a DDT. Planting Ken Shamrock. Blocks the suplex. Does Kobashi. Sending Shamrock over the middle. Sleeper suplex dropping. Shamrock on his head so close both times indeed. Shamrock's blown up. Shamrock's getting tired. And he's got a whole bunch of tournament to wrestle after this if he wins. And that looks like another orange crush. Shamrock, stay down. No! Shamrock refusing. Even as tired as he is, he doesn't want to lose. Not even a 2.9, just a 2 on the orange crush. Ken Shamrock kicking out yet again. Unbelievable. Juventud is going to have to face one of these men. And if you're Juvi, you're hoping for Ken Shamrock with how tired he is already. Last time to recover between matches, he couldn't even run the ropes. Kobashi runs into him with a double down just shy of 15:30. And a snap suplex from Shamrock. Shamrock is so tired. Kobashi still working like a charm. Brain buster sends Shamrock to the floor. And a rolling chop. Stomp to the midsection. Shamrock overhead belly to belly. Just trying to catch his breath. 20 count. Orange crush on the floor. And Shamrock practically no-sells it. Knee to the midsection. Dragging Kobashi to the center of the ring. Lariat. It was more of a clothesline. Are we going to see another orange crush? No, just a suplex from Kobashi. Kobashi finally stopping to breathe. That is an incredulous amount of time between when Shamrock had to and when Kobashi did. And Kobashi didn't even have to. He chose to. Turning belly to belly from Shamrock. Snap suplex. We're pushing 20 minutes here. Off the ropes, shoulder block from Kobashi. Orange crush, no, brain buster. Rolling chop to the back of the head of Ken Shamrock. This is insane. Shamrock caught a second wind. Refusing to die. Bulldog from Kobashi. Knee to the midsection. Pull back lariat. A quick punch drops Kobashi. Turning belly to belly as we cross 20 minutes. DDT spikes Ken Shamrock. And brain buster. Kobashi hasn't gone for the burning hammer yet. Bulldog. But when you do at this point in the match, you know it's going to be over. These two men going for 20 plus minutes. And Shamrock was sucking wind at 13. And he seems to have caught his breath. Orange crush number 3. Gotta be the end. No! Shamrock out at 2 again. Orange crush number 4. Just be done and no! Shamrock out again. And he runs into the turnbuckle and just drops. How is Shamrock doing this? At this point, if you're Juventud, you don't want either of these men. Shamrock is kicked out of 4 orange crushes, and Kobashi is just putting in the work. Oh, Shamrock's hurt. Shamrock hurt his neck on that clothesline. Enough that he's still going to work, but he is hurt. Leg drop from Kobashi. You got to imagine one more orange crush and it's over. Ankle lock and Kobashi taps! Ken Shamrock's got to work the rest of this tournament hurt. And after 23 minutes, 43 seconds, if you're Juventud Guerrera, you're looking at Ken Shamrock and you are shitting bricks. This man ate 4 orange crushes and kicked out of all of them. 0 burning hammers. But the fact that he kicked out of 4 orange crushes, hurt his neck on a clothesline, and proceeded to work through it, locked in the ankle lock on Kenta Kobashi, and sent Kobashi home in the first round is terrifying. And that's the last match on the top half of the bracket. In the first round. And we've been going for an hour 20. Okay. And we have another half of the bracket to go yet. Ultimo Dragon, Taka Michinoku up next. And the winner of that will face either Scott Hall or Tama Tonga. And underneath that, we don't need to know yet. Quick recap of the top half of the bracket for those just joining us. Eddie Guerrero beat Bill Goldberg in what most would consider an upset. Rob Van Dam, again, arguably upset Bruno Sammartino. Jorge Guerrero beat Big Scary. And then Kazuchika Okada beat Yoshihiro Takayama. Kenta beating Yuji Nagata, and then Haruki Goto beating the Giant. Juventud Guerrera seriously injuring Psychosis, as Eddie Guerrero did with Bill Goldberg. And Ken Shamrock and Kenta Kobashi just beat the shit out of each other for 20 minutes. Ultimo Dragon, Taka Michinoku up next. What are we going to see in the back half of the first round of this tournament? I knew starting as late as I did, it was going to run late, and that is okay. Ultimo Dragon, the founder of Dragon Gate, is here to claim his title as the ultimate dad by winning the Dad Championship. The next time we will see the Dad Championship on the line is next year, Father's Day. The Cunning Fox, Taka Michinoku. And this is the in-game default Taka Michinoku, because I don't think I ever downloaded one. Red Shoes, our dad referee calling for the bell. A wrist clutch from Ultimo Dragon. I'm still not over that last match. Arm drag from Ultimo Dragon. Another arm drag. Ultimo Dragon in the corner. Michinoku with some chops. Not much doing after that. STO hooks the head, does Ultimo Dragon. And a spinning head scissor of sort. Beautifully done by Ultimo Dragon, also known as Yoshihiro Asai, the founder, the creator of the Asai DDT, and I believe the Asai Moonsault. Or at least they were named after him. Wakigatame from Taka Michinoku. Back and forth we go. Elbows from Ultimo Dragon, chops from Michinoku. Chops, chopping down Ultimo Dragon. Rolling soul butt, Ultimo Dragon off the ropes, then there's the shoulder. And inverted figure 4, if done by Jay White, referred to as a Tanahashi tap out. During his rivalry with Hiroshi Tanahashi, excuse me. Taka into a corner, monkey flip from Ultimo Dragon. Nothing doing afterwards, and an eye poke. Sweeps the leg, and again that spinning head scissor. From Ultimo Dragon into the corner. Quick chop to the face. Step up Enziguri. From Ultimo Dragon. Michinoku. Taka went for a kick. Nothing doing. Spinning heel kick as we cross 5 minutes. High angle Boston Crab. Refusing to give up his Ultimo Dragon. Body slam Michinoku off the rope. Sliding drop kick to the face. Dragon screw leg whip. Front face lock. Elbow to the back. Straight jacket German suplex. Look at the bridge. Tiptoes. Just a 2. Asai DDT. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be it? No. Just a 2. Head first into the corner goes Ultimo Dragon. Nagamangiri into the kick to the back of the head. Taka Michinoku. Super kick. Hooks the leg. Shades of Shawn Michaels and gets a 2.9. Almost puts away Ultimo Dragon. Drop 12 hold from Taka Michinoku. Magistral Cradle. Almost takes Taka Michinoku out of the tournament with a 2.9. Standing vertical. Brain Buster. Oh, we're going to just see a suplex. Quick kick to the face. I can tell personally I have livened up as these matches have gone. And Ultimo Dragon barely kicking out into the tree of woe. Taka Michinoku just throwing 3 kicks to the midsection. Another Asai DDT. Is that going to be it? Center of the ring? No. It was close enough to the center of the ring. Backflips out of the corner. Does Ultimo Dragon. Elbow to the back of Ultimo Dragon. Then a drop kick to the back as well. Taka Michinoku putting up a great fight here. Gamangiri, then a kick to the back of the head. Not going to look for the super kick out of the corner as we cross 10 minutes. Ultimo Dragon shoots a single leg takedown. Step up Enziguri. Ultimo Dragon adjusting the knee pad. Rolling soul butt. Roundhouse kick into the Magistral. And that is no. You had to think after the kick, Taka Michinoku was out cold. Potentially kicking out on instinct and wrenching back on that clutch is Taka Michinoku. Chops from Michinoku, elbows from Ultimo Dragon, drop kick, rolling soul butt from Ultimo Dragon. Ultimo Dragon standing in the corner. Michinoku, the Gamangiri kick to the back of the head, and he's tuning up the band. Super kick, hooks the leg again. This almost put Ultimo Dragon away, and it does this time. Ultimo Dragon. I was sleeping on the base game, Taka Michinoku, but he just eliminated one of the greatest junior heavyweights of all time in Ultimo Dragon. In the first round. Unbelievable. That is the first match of the back half of our bracket. Come on. Why are you not transferring over? Come on. Game. Please. Please. That is my selected tab. Okay, well, I don't want to use my keyboard because that's loud as shit. Scott Hall versus Tama Tonga. The winner faces Taka Michinoku, who just eliminated one of, if not the greatest junior heavyweight of all time in Ultimo Dragon. And he's going to have to face either Scott Hall or Tama Tonga. Two incredible talents in of themselves. Of course, representing the NWO, representing the Outsiders, the bad guy, Scott Hall. I'm now realizing that this is the battle of the bad guy. And if Tama Tonga has the nickname I think he has here, it is the good bad guy, Tama Tonga. I did not plan this. But that rules. Now here we go. The bad guy versus the good bad guy. Scott Hall versus Tama Tonga. Scott Hall looking for the razor's edge. Tama Tonga, man, I hope this edit still does the gun stun and not whatever he does in WWE. Rear chin lock, no give up. Quick shot to the head. I don't think it does, because I believe this was the first attire that he had. Jumped up for a Rana and just gets stuffed with a powerbomb to Tama Tonga. Head first in the corner to Scott Hall. Now again, the winner of this match faces Taka Michinoku, who just eliminated Ultimo Dragon. Tama Tonga mounting a lot of offense here in the first couple minutes. Again, just gets stuffed with the powerbomb. Gotta quit trying for that. Up on the shoulders, Samoan drop. Now just mount it. Punches. Can't be doing that. Red Shoes is going to allow it. Instead, he's going to ask if Scott Hall gives up, which he does not. Suplex into a cover for one. Punches from Hall. Elbows from Tama Tonga. Elbows are forearms. Quick punch from Scott Hall. Up on the shoulders. Another Samoan drop from Tama Tonga, but he eats a boot to the head. Trying to get some ground offense in. Front face lock. Elbow to the back. Center of the ring from Scott Hall. Scott Hall sent into the corner. Tama Tonga with boots and now just choking Scott Hall in the corner. Red Shoes going to start a count. Tama lets him go at one. As we cross 5 minutes, again, a lot of this match has been Tama Tonga on top offense-wise. Looking for gun stun, but he missed. Another, oh, Death Valley driver. What is Tama looking for? Running gun stun. And Scott Hall says, fuck your finish, man. And a gun stun out of the corner. And a cover. That's not, there's no way Scott Hall kicks out at 2.9. I did not think it was going to be that close. When you get hit with two gun stuns, what can you do? A choke slam. And after the choke slam, Tama Tonga up right away. And another gun stun. Is that going to put Scott Hall away? No. Choke slam from the bad guy. Throwing the toothpick in the face, and he's thinking razor's edge. Connect. Oh, Tama Tonga's hurt. Tama Tonga's seriously hurt. Red Shoes calls the match. Scott Hall said, hey, fuck your finish. I'll take 3 of them. I'll hit you with one of mine and I'll send you to the hospital. Scott Hall taking on Taka Michinoku in the next round. And if you're Taka Michinoku, you're looking at that 8-minute 1-second time and you're fucking scared. The next match in our tournament here, if my computer will work with me with the mouse on Fire Pro, Satoshi Kojima and Tiger Mask. Drink a little water first. My water bottle is almost already empty, and I filled it up after the first match. We're doing great. Satoshi Kojima, Tiger Mask. Next. I'll probably run and refill my water after this match. It'll be very quick. Of course, entering the match, just announced, the strong arm, the bread god, as I like to call him, Satoshi Kojima, because this man loves his fucking bread. And that's why we love Satoshi Kojima. And he is taking on the soon-to-be retiring in real life legend himself, Tiger Mask. The fourth man to don the Tiger Mask. And the wrestling fan in me, of course, is curious. Who will be the fifth? Who will be the next man to don the Tiger Mask? Or with Tiger Mask 4, does the mask retire? Who knows? Satoshi Kojima, Tiger Mask, both men fathers, as everybody in this tournament is/was. The /was is important because there is a man in this tournament who is indeed a father. Well, he was. He's no longer living. And Satoshi Kojima caught in a wrist lock from Tiger Mask. A body slam from Kojima. Now, I'm not supposed to be biased as a commentator, but looking at this objectively as a fan, I am hoping for Koji to come out on top. But I just like Satoshi Kojima. But I also love Tiger Mask. And noting we just saw Ultimo Dragon get eliminated not even 2 matches ago. Seeing Tiger Mask make it would be kind of sweet. Figure 4 headlock, no give up. Catches the leg, sweeps it. Does Satoshi Kojima. Quick kicks to the chest from Tiger Mask, hooks the leg. Red Shoes going for the count, doesn't even get the hand down once. A no count. Snap suplex from Koji. Standing verticals, more of a snap. Not as quick as a traditional snap suplex, but it definitely wasn't standing vertical. As we cross 5 minutes, Tiger Mask gets a 1 count. Another suplex from Satoshi Kojima. Hooks the leg, gets a 2 count. The crowd here in Arena de Universo loving this match. 2 legends butting heads here off the ropes. Shoulder block from Kojima. Scorpion Deathlock. No give up from Tiger Mask, refusing to tap out here. Body slam, figure 4 head scissor. And Kojima refusing to give up as well. Kojima sent off the ropes, but he holds on. Drops Tiger Mask with an elbow. Then a quick rear chin lock. No give up called. Combination of kicks from Tiger Mask and wrenching on the leg. This Tiger Mask, no give up. DDT. Planting Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask looking for a takedown of sorts. Wrestling around, but no give up. And no pinfall. Suplex takes down Satoshi Kojima. Cross arm breaker. No give up from Kojima. Kojima's arms too strong for the cross arm breaker. Tiger suplex. But he eats a boot to the face. Going after the legs. Some hard elbows. Koji cutter. And another Tiger suplex from the Tiger Mask. Combination of shots as we cross 10 minutes now. And another Tiger suplex, but he holds the bridge. Almost puts away Satoshi Kojima. And a DDT. And Koji off the ropes thinking lariat. Hooks the leg of Tiger Mask. That's gotta be it. No. Tiger Mask out at 2. Kicks from the Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask fired up roundhouse kick. Kojima goes down hard. Another Tiger suplex. Holds the bridge. No! And Kojima off the ropes. Lariat number 2. Hooks the leg. Gotta be it. No! Tiger Mask out at 2 again. Another Tiger suplex. Oh, that's Butterfly. Tombstone. Pile driver. Tiger Mask up top. What's he thinking? Drop kick. Off the top. Kojima up first. Oh, short arm lariat. Leveling Tiger Mask. Sending Kojima off the ropes as Tiger Mask. And Kojima just barreling through. The 4th man to don the Tiger Mask. Sent into the corner as Kojima stepping on the chest and backflipping out of the corner as Tiger Mask. Reversal into a DDT. Satoshi Kojima, hard German suplex. Tiger Mask up right away, throwing elbows. Some hard kicks to the chest of Satoshi Kojima. Tiger Mask up top, diving headbutt. Hooks the leg off the headbutt and puts Kojima away with the diving headbutt. Tiger Mask moving on. One hell of a match there. The diving headbutt from Tiger Mask puts away Satoshi Kojima. As I said, I will probably run and refill my water after that match. And it looks like I need to. So with that said, chat, I will be right back as our next match has us looking at Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. To see who will face the 4th man to don the Tiger Mask. I will be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Everybody, we are back. Jon Moxley, Hiroshi Tanahashi, right now. Quick sip of water. For anybody with Circle water bottles, so far I'm really enjoying the strawberry watermelon. There are other flavors that I've had that I really enjoy. Making his way to the ring now, though, the Death Rider, Jon Moxley. And his opponent, the ace of the universe, the one-in-a-lifetime talent, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Once in a century, even more prestigious than once in a lifetime. But the ace of the universe against Jon Moxley. Winner of this. I don't even remember who the winner faces. I don't know if that has been decided yet. I don't think it has. Moxley with a body slam to Tanahashi. And a hard chop to the chest. Head first into the corner. Tanahashi drop kick to the knee. As the legs wrapped up in the ropes, arm drag. Kick to the head from Moxley and a body slam. Dragon screw leg whip. Hard chop from Moxley. Now this match going to be a little different than what we've been seeing lately. It's going to be pretty hard hitting. I mean, our last match was hard hitting. Kojima and hold on, I'm drawing a blank on who Kojima just faced. Oh, Tiger Mask. So that one wasn't super hard hitting. I mean, it was because Kojima, master of the lariat. Vicious suplexes from Tiger Mask. But what more can you do? Back and forth. Down goes Jon Moxley. Hiroshi Tanahashi coming out on the top of that test of will. Body slam from Moxley. Stomp to the midsection. Almost looked a little low, but it was not. Tanahashi with a dropkick to the other knee of Moxley, looking to take the legs out from underneath the Death Rider. Red Shoes taking a little breather. Grounded dragon screw, extra torque on the knee as we cross 5 minutes. Moxley throwing some hard knees to the head of Hiroshi Tanahashi. Chop to the chest. And Red Shoes finally having to move. Dropkick to the knee of Moxley. Hard elbows. Tanahashi sending Moxley off the ropes again. Drop kick to the knee. Tanahashi working the legs a lot here. Scoop slam. Always a good bet. No matter who your opponent is, work the legs. If you don't have a base, you can't do anything. Front face lock. Elbow to the back. Inverted dragon screw. And X-Plex into a cover for one. Drop down. Moxley off the ropes, meeting the minds. Nothing doing. Moxley looking suplex. Out the back goes Tanahashi. Standing switch. Shot to the back from Moxley. Shot. Elbow / forearms. Traded there. Some knees to the head of Tanahashi. Moxley taunting Tanahashi as he stomps on him, telling him, come on, give me something. A leg clutch from Tanahashi for a pin, but just for one. Tanahashi off the ropes, eats a shoulder from Moxley. Cutter from Moxley. Some standing headbutts, and another stomp to the midsection. STF locked in. Tanahashi not giving up. The hard-hitting style of Jon Moxley potentially taking effect here. Back and forth with elbows, forearms, paradigm shift. That's gotta be it. Moxley hooks the legs, and Tanahashi out at 2. Refusing to stay down, elbows back and forth between the two here. Moxley going down as we cross 10 minutes. Tanahashi still working the legs. Cover for 1. Knees to the head from Moxley. Quick slap from Tanahashi. Roll up into the leg clutch. And no. The O'Connor roll into the leg clutch and a bulldog choke. Arm wrapped blatantly around the throat of Hiroshi Tanahashi. Inverted dragon screw. Quick slaps from Tanahashi. X-Plex yet again. What is Moxley looking at here? Jumping knee to the head. Right to the nose of Tanahashi, and he's out at 2. Inverted dragon screw. Elbow to the back of the head. Forearms from Tanahashi. Roll up. Small package. Tanahashi looking to steal it, but he is unable to do so. Moxley out at 2. Short arm sling blade. Inverted dragon screw. Tanahashi on a roll here. Another small package looking to steal it. No. Moxley out at 2 again, and Moxley taking a bite of Tanahashi. Biting the forehead of the ace of the universe. Twist and shout. Tanahashi with a clover leaf of sorts here. And no give up. Another twist and shout from Tanahashi. Off the rope, sling blade. And looking for a suplex out the back door goes Tanahashi. Reverses the German. Traps the arms. Or reverses the dragon. Traps the arm. German suplex for 2 from Tanahashi. Oh, this is a tough sleeper. This is a rear naked choke. Tanahashi looks out, but no, staying alive. Rooster's saying Tanahashi better taste good if Moxley's taking a bite of him for 5, well, just about 5 seconds. You would have to hope. X-Plex and Moxley pulling the gun, saying it's over. Time for the kill shot. German suplex. He didn't even go for the paradigm shift. Twist and shout near the corner. Tanahashi potentially, no, not looking high fly flow. I don't even know what to call it. Sit up like a spike Michinoku? It's almost like a Michinoku driver. Just the setup looked weird. That's why I was kind of confused. Tanahashi calling sling blade. Missed, but ran directly into Moxley in a double down at 18-10. Hard elbows. Back and forth they go. Elbows teeing off. Moxley pissed. Oh, just a brutal lariat. And Paradigm. Oh, no. The Death Rider DDT may have broken the neck of Hiroshi Tanahashi. Oh, shit. That is 3 injuries in this tournament. Bill Goldberg, Psychosis, and now Hiroshi Tanahashi. Not what you want to see, but it's what you get to see. Now time for the controversial one. Chris Benoit. He was a father. Not particularly a great one at the end. Against the man who was notoriously known as a great father. The Exalted One, Brody Lee. Let's get this one going. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in so late, 12:16 local time. Actually, it might be later than that. From what I have realized, my computer is behind. Chris Benoit making his way to the ring. And his opponent, the Exalted One, Brody Lee. And here we go. Red Shoes, a referee for the entire tournament, calling for the bell. A test of strength. Brody Lee just demolishing Chris Benoit in that test of strength. Both men incredibly talented wrestlers. High angle cloverleaf, no give up. Both men no longer with us. If you remember the PS4 days, you might remember the Brody Lee Memorial Tournament. First won by John Cena, then won by Wardlow. I only did 2. I was going to do it every year. And then I didn't. So Wardlow, forever remaining. Also, I don't stream on my PS4 anymore, so Wardlow, forever remaining. The Brody Lee Memorial Champion on my PS4 / PS5. Every now and then I still play Fire Pro on it. Blocks the suplex. Takes over Chris Benoit. Rear chin lock from Brody Lee. Now Brody Lee's going to be looking for the discus lariat. Benoit looking for either the diving headbutt or the crippler crossface. Shoulders into the bicep of the Exalted One, the leader of the Dark Order. Body slam. Snapmare takes down Brody Lee. We will see another Brody later in the tournament. Brody King is in the tournament. Excited for that match. Excited for every match in the second round so far. Terrified for some of them. As we cross 5 minutes, Brody Lee with a drop kick of sorts, it looked like. Jumping calf kick, maybe. Snapmare from Benoit. And a body slam from Brody Lee, and a headbutt from Chris Benoit. Rooster, I know if you were to ever wrestle, that would be your pièce de résistance. Just a headbutt. Your notoriously hard noggin. Brody Lee sent into the corner. Benoit boots to Brody Lee. So much so that in WWE 2K19, because I still play that one despite owning newer ones, I have changed your finish to just a running headbutt. Off the ropes, overhead belly to belly. My head do be super thick. Dumber than a box of rocks, this guy is. I say that with the utmost love. And a discus lariat into a crippler crossface, but a rope break. And a lariat from Chris Benoit. A butterfly suplex from Brody Lee. And the heart from Rooster, and a discus lariat. Dragon screw leg whip. Into the corner, just a quick punch and a snap suplex from Benoit. Michinoku driver. Oh, was thinking Sister Abigail, and Benoit's hurt. Benoit's neck is hurt. And Brody Lee looking to go home, and that's it. The Exalted One, Brody Lee, moving on in under 10 minutes. One of the shorter matches we've had in a while. Unreal. The discus lariat from Brody Lee, taking out Chris Benoit. John Moxley will face the Tiger Mask. That is who he will face. And Brody Lee will potentially face Rey Mysterio Jr. or Brody King. fuck, man? Why did I book it this way? If we get Brody versus Brody, I'm gonna be pissed. Rey Mysterio Jr., Brody King, next. And of course, noting it is Rey Mysterio Jr., it is the WCW attires. I should have done the Halloween Havoc one, but the Spider-Man one is too good to not love. Making his way to the ring. Father of Dominic and Aaliyah. Rey Mysterio Jr. I don't know Brody King's kid's name. But Brody King's rocking the fucking corpse paint. And there is a possibility we see the American Luchador dive at a big bad Brody King. Now, as you can see, visible size difference, and somehow Mysterio wins the test of strength. I don't know what the hell happened there. Brody King took it easy on him, and Mysterio is just going. All gas, no brakes, and Brody King slowing it down. Rooster, I know who you're pulling for. You're a big Rey Mysterio guy. I can't lie, so am I, but I love me some Brody King. It's hard for me to pick a favorite in this match, but again, as a commentator, I can't be biased. But as a fan, I sure as hell can be. Test of strength and a draw. Brody King probably still going a little easier than he should. On Mysterio. But who knows? The head crank, but no give up. Mysterio sending Brody King off the ropes and a drop kick to the knee. Test of strength, and maybe Mysterio is just getting the better of Brody King in these tests of strength. Although King has such a size advantage, you think he wouldn't stand a chance. Elbows back and forth between Mysterio and King. The head crank. Mysterio eating these elbows from Brody King. Snapmare. Takes down the big man. Kick to the head of Mysterio. Seated chop. Now, stuffs the Rana. Big powerbomb. High stack. Just a 2. Surprisingly, a 2 in under 5. That kind of tells you the factor of the weight of Brody King on that pin. Definitely weighing on Mysterio. Coming off the ropes. Cannonball. As we cross 5 minutes. Brody King nailing another seated chop, then an elbow. Taking down Rey Mysterio. Hooks the leg for a 2. Mysterio snap suplex. Takes down Brody King, then a shot to the head. Fireman's carry. Got the hiccups here. Another fireman's carry from Mysterio. Mysterio's got to keep the speed up. He can't slow down and work at Brody King's pace because the power's just going to take over like right there. Oh, just another 2 on the huge powerbomb and the high stack from Big Bad Brody King. A whole big boy senton and another. You can only take so many of those before your ribs start to give. Drop kick from Mysterio. Elbow to the back. Snap arm drag. And another one. From Rey Mysterio Jr. off the ropes. Drop kick to the face of Brody King. Up on the shoulders. Roll through, but that's a rope break. Beautifully called by Red Shoes Uno. Back elbow on Brody King, looking for another cannonball in the corner, and he gets it. It's a big man to be throwing cannonballs at you like that. Another seated chop, then a standing chop. Taking down Mysterio. Brody King potentially looking for Gonzo bomb, but a drop toe hold followed by a knee from Mysterio. Off the ropes goes King into an arm drag. Rey Mysterio Jr. Oh, was looking for a roll-up. Brody King. Oh, The weight has to be a factor, but Mysterio gets the roll. 2. Frankensteiner. Mysterio off the ropes. Dropkick to the face of Brody King yet again. Hip toss. Mysterio going up top. 10 minutes. Frog splash. Rope break called by Red Shoes. Oh, a brutal lariat from Brody King. Hooks the leg of Mysterio. Is that going to be it? And no. Mysterio staying alive. The winner of this faces the Exalted One, Brody Lee. Back and forth we go with elbows. Mysterio dropkick. King stays down. Standing switch back elbow. And gets the roll up again on Brody King. Is that going to be it? No. Brody King kicking out at 2, and I believe I've remembered the name of Brody King's child, but a roll up from Mysterio almost gets him. But Brody King's child, very young, so I'm not going to say their name out of respect for Brody King and the fact that he would probably kill me. That's a roll up. That's a Rana West Coast pop, and Rey Mysterio Jr. beats Big Bad Brody King despite the size difference. Mysterio will face Brody Lee in the next round of the tournament, when we will enter the round of 16. Almost the West Coast pop because he didn't springboard into it. Now we have Brian Cage and Mason Kairoa. Mason Kairoa does have a daughter. I don't remember her name. I believe it is Dakota Kairoa. There's no way it's Dakota Kairoa. She's in the game. Mason Kairoa, not a real wrestler, but that's okay. Brian Cage sure as hell is. And that match is next. Here at Arena de Universo. The Machine. Brian Cage. Also the Swolverine. And his opponent, the Mistral King, Mason Kairoa. Here we go. Almost said Brody. Brian Cage starting off with an overhead belly to belly. Mason Kairoa. Body slam. Also Mason Kairoa, the trainer of, I believe, CTWF. Either CTWF or VSPW. They're rookies. Trained by Mason Kairoa. He's also a referee for said company. Yeah, Brian Cage doing curls with a man the size of Mason Kairoa is insane. Mason Kairoa, not a small man. Brian Cage, excuse me. It's just that strong. Suplex sending Kairoa to the floor. Face lock, elbow to the back, then a splash from Mason Kairoa. Boot to the midsection, takes down Brian Cage. And into the corner. Just launching Mason Kairoa is Brian Cage, and more curls. Again, Mason Kairoa is not a small man. Splash for 1. Suplex takes over Brian Cage. Back and forth we go. Elbows from Cage, punches from Kairoa. Into the corner goes Mason Kairoa. Brian Cage just launching him out of the corner again. Missed the lariat. pushing 5 minutes. A lot of back and forth action here. As we do cross 5 minutes. Mason Kaidoa on top briefly. Brian Cage is looking for something. But Kaidoa steps out of the corner. Into the corner. The opposite corner. Goes Mason Kaidoa. Brian Cage with a chop to the chest. Sidewalk slam from the Mistral King. Overhead belly to belly. And a splash. Kaidoa telling Cage, whatever you can do, I can do better. It gets a 2 count. And a headbutt. Off the ropes. Missed the lariat. More curls. Is this going to potentially send Kaidoa to the floor? No. Brian Cage diving. Elbow drop. Not particularly you see out of something his size. Someone his size. Uppercut. Gamagiri release. German suplex. Just launching. Mason Kaidoa. Powerbomb. Into a running powerbomb into the corner. Jesus Christ. And a cover for 2. Unbelievable. Mongolian chop from Kaidoa. And a lariat. Drop kick missed. Double axe handle. And Brian Cage saying it's over. Is he looking Weapon X? Drill Claw? Neither. Setting up for a dragon of sort. Kaidoa reversed it. Oh, backdrop driver. Mongolian chops. Up on the shoulders. Death Valley driver. From Brian Cage, jumping knee to the back of the head. Having 3 Burr names back to back, not the best idea. Choke bomb. That could be the Mistral bomb. That's got to be the Mistral bomb. Flatliner from Brian Cage. Looking for a discus lariat. Takes the head off of Mason Kaidoa. And Kaidoa, another Mistral bomb. And no. Almost puts away Brian Cage. Elbows from Cage, punches from Mason Kaidoa. No, 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 I'm not done. Soul butt kick, super kick from Cage. Throwing Brian Cage to the floor. Burning lariat. Short arm lariat from Mason Kaidoa. Uppercut, Gamagiri release, German from Brian Cage. And then the power bomb. And the power bomb in the corner. I have now realized that is all one move. Like one animation. And that is insane. Kick out at 2 from Mason Kaidoa. Shot to the back of the head of Mason Kaidoa. Back elbow. Move to the midsection. I don't even know what to call that. That sends Kaidoa into the corner. Does Brian Cage? What are we about to see? Oh, the suplex from the outside in. Brian Cage. Discus lariat number 2. And Mason Kaidoa says, have one of my own. And he almost puts away the machine. And another lariat. Followed by a splash. Quick palm strike from Mason Kaidoa. Double axe handle. Takes down Brian Cage in a clothesline. Stomp to the midsection. Lariat. Uppercut from Cage. Full Nelson slam from Brian Cage into an overhead belly to belly. Shortly thereafterwards from Mason Kaidoa. Kaidoa off the ropes. Lariat. Stomp to the midsection of Brian Cage. And a forward suplex. Suplex slam, sort of. Brian Cage, boot to the midsection off the ropes. I still don't know what to call that. Like a rolling neck breaker of sorts into the corner. Mason Kaidoa. Mistral bomb. And that's gonna be it. Brian Cage eliminated by the Mistral King Mason Kairoa, proving why he is the trainer of CTWF. Oh, it's just called the Super Bomb. Never mind, I don't know what the Mistral Bomb is then, because that is his finish. I don't know what it is. I thought it was that. I got really excited. And the final match in the tournament, the first round, specifically, the winner advances to face Mason Kairoa. Penta versus Jimmy Wang Yang. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Here we go. First match of the first round, or last match of the first round, and we are 2 hours and 5 minutes into the actual tournament. Two hours 15 into stream. And of course, Mr. Cero Miedo, Mr. Zero Fear, Penta. Pentagon Jr., Penta El Cero Miedo, however you know him. But if you don't know this man, you should. Jimmy Wang Yang, also known as Akio. But most people remember this gimmick from the late 2000s. The Red Shoes calling for the bell. In the final match of the first round. After this, we go to the round of 16. Just the one count. After the arm drag sends Jimmy Wang Yang to the floor. Could I have done a different match? Could I have done Penta versus Phoenix in the first round? Yes. I could have done a lot of things. But I saw Jimmy Wang Yang and I popped. So I said Jimmy Wang Yang's going in the fucking tournament. I don't care what you say. Cero Miedo in the face of Jimmy Wang Yang. Jimmy Wang Yang off the rope, spinning heel kick, missed. Jimmy Wang Yang, also formerly a Flying Elvis in the debut show of NWA's TNA. I recently watched an interview back and forth with Chops. Somehow Jimmy Wang Yang comes out on top despite Penta being known for his chops. I recently watched the Jimmy Wang Yang interview with Chris Van Vliet, and he was not thrilled about the Flying Elvis gimmick. And again, the Cero Miedo in the face of Jimmy Wang Yang, and Jimmy Wang Yang falls to the floor. Unbelievable. Penta pushed him that hard. Jimmy Wang Yang thrown to the floor. Rolling soul butt from Penta, then a low kick. Snap suplex. Cover for one. Jimmy Wang Yang sent off the ropes. Frankensteiner almost sends him to the floor. As we cross 5 minutes. Rear chin lock, no give up from Jimmy Wang Yang. Jimmy Wang Yang sends Penta into the corner. Penta up and over, backstabber. What a beautiful look. What a beautiful move from Penta. And Penta diving double foot stomp, missed. As Jimmy Wang Yang gets to his feet just before the impact, just moving out of the way. A body slam. Drop kick sends Penta to the floor, of course. Penta looking for the Fear Factor pile driver. Unless his finish has been changed to the Penta driver, which it could be, which is just made in Japan. I say just made in Japan. Shingo Takagi, like, that's one of his moves. I don't know what else to call it. I mean, it's a pump handle driver. I shouldn't just call it made in Japan. But Jimmy Wang Yang looking for Yang time. Penta off the ropes. So Sling Blade. Saw one of those earlier from Tanahashi. Just a 2 count off the Sling Blade. Tanahashi unable to prevail against Jon Moxley. Getting injured. Obviously, matches involved in this tournament not particularly canon to the restart of CTWF/VSPW, which will be coming eventually. Catches the leg, dragon screw. That might be my new Friday venture. I don't know. Into the barricade here at Arena de Universo. Penta sending Jimmy Wang Yang. And both men in before the count of 15. As we cross 10 minutes, overhead belly to belly from Jimmy Wang Yang. Jimmy Wang Yang trying to stay on top of the offense here. Chops back and forth between Penta and Jimmy Wang Yang. Penta butting heads here. And a brutal chop takes down Jimmy Wang Yang. Jimmy Wang Yang with another overhead belly to belly. The Penta. Those hard forearms, Penta off the ropes. Hooking Sling Blade, gets it. Hooks the leg off the Sling Blade. Is that going to be enough to put away Jimmy Wang Yang? No. Almost though. Jimmy Wang Yang refusing to stay down. Clothesline. Drop kick. Sweeps the leg of Penta. DDT. Jimmy Wang Yang. Diving elbow. I thought he was going Yang time. He was not. There's another brutal chop from Penta. Canadian Destroyer. From Penta. Penta going up top. What are we going to see? Diving double foot stomp. Unable to get out of the way is Jimmy Wang Yang as he's thrown into the corner by Penta. Penta bringing him up top. What is this? And a diving double foot stomp. He's looking to break the arm of Jimmy Wang Yang. Jimmy Wang Yang said, "I don't care. Break my arm. I've got another." And another step up enziguri from Jimmy Wang Yang, overhead belly to belly. Jimmy Wang Yang up top, diving moonsault. And a cover. Is that going to be enough to eliminate Penta? And it is! Jimmy Wang Yang moves on to face Mason Kairoa in the second round of the Father's Day tournament. The Dad of the Year. Oh. I want to keep using my mouse because my keyboard's so loud and it's in front of my mic. Our next match, Eddie Guerrero versus Rob Van Dam. We are 2 hours through this. We're 2 hours and just about 10 minutes. So we're 2 hours and 13 minutes into this tournament. And we are finally to a second round. I haven't run a Fire Pro tournament in a stream in so long. I forgot how long this was going to go. So it might be a 3 in the morning stream, and I have to wake up at 8. 9 at the absolute latest, so I will be okay. I've got a little tub of pre-workout next to me. I'll just throw that back, drink that on my way to work, and we'll call her a fucking day. Eddie Guerrero, Rob Van Dam, Battle of the Frog Splashes, next. Of course, entering first, the man who won the very first match of the tournament by injuring Bill Goldberg, Eddie Guerrero. They don't call him Latino Heat for nothing. He's got heat. And his opponent, the whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam. I know says the whole damn show. I think that's because they couldn't call them, or they just didn't put the whole effing show. For whatever reason, I don't know. But of course, both of these men are going to have a little bit of wear and tear from their first match. Our longest match of the first round went 22 minutes, and that was Ken Shamrock and Kenta Kobashi. Shamrock was sucking wind at 13, and he somehow won it. Snap suplex from Eddie Guerrero. Cover for one. Snap suplex from Eddie. Arm drag from Van Dam. Rolling soul butt. Boot drops RVD. Front face lock, elbow to the back towards the corner. Van Dam potentially prepping for the 5-star frog splash early. Of course, like I mentioned, both men feeling the effects of their first match. I mean, Eddie didn't have it easy against Bill Goldberg. And Van Dam definitely didn't have it easy against Bruno Sammartino. Both men definitely the underdog in their first round match. Now it's just a battle of the frog splash. Meeting the minds, nobody goes down. Snap suplex from Eddie Guerrero. Van Dam up first though. Spinning kick, and Van Dam looking for some admiration from the crowd. Going up top. Is he thinking 5-star? He is! We're not even 5 minutes in! And Eddie no-sells it! Snap suplex, Eddie Guerrero. Gory special. And Van Dam no-sells that. What the hell is happening? As we cross 5 minutes, another gory special from Eddie Guerrero. Sending Van Dam off the ropes, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Eddie sent into the corner. Van Dam body slam, split-legged moonsault incoming, connects. Is that going to be enough to put away Eddie Guerrero? No. Almost does, though, at 2.9. Elbow to the back in the center of the ring. Eddie Guerrero getting back on the offense. Clothesline takes down Van Dam, followed by a drop kick. Again from Guerrero, then a drop kick to the knee from Eddie. Fireman's carry from Van Dam. Van Dam looking 5-star, gets it again. Gets the cover. Is that going to put Eddie Guerrero away? No. Almost does, though. 2.9. Eddie staying alive just barely. Eddie looking for his frog splash. Gets it. That is what injured Bill Goldberg. No. Van Dam staying alive. Saying, I'm not going out in under 10. Monkey flip from Eddie in the corner. Drop toe hold takes down Eddie Guerrero. Van Dam wheel clutch. Gets 2. Got him! Rob Van Dam has put away Eddie Guerrero in 8 minutes. Thanks to the wheel clutch pin. Unbelievable. Just a quick finish there. I'm going to go back to trying to use my mouse. It's probably still loud, but not as loud as my keyboard. Now we see Jorge Guerrero versus Kazuchika Okada in our second round of 16 match. Jorge Guerrero won by getting Big Scary disqualified. And I don't remember how Okada won. Oh, Okada won via money clip against Yoshihiro Takayama. Entering first, the father of Jorge Guerrero Jr., Jorge Guerrero. As mentioned in the first match, very adamant, very displeased with his son taking up the mask while he was still wrestling. And his opponent, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. I don't know why. My sinuses always decide, hey, we're going to start the flood. Red Shoes calls for the bell. Jorge Guerrero pulled the Eddie Guerrero spot to get Big Scary disqualified, so Kazuchika Okada has to be wary of that. drilled with a punch. Jorge Guerrero also was on the offensive for a majority of that match. Kazuchika Okada very back and forth with Yoshihiro Takayama. So Okada has taken significantly more damage than Jorge Guerrero. Neck breaker from Okada. Hooks the leg. Gets a 1 count in under a minute and a half. Boot to the midsection followed by a DDT. Okada could just be trying to make quick work to make up for lost time. Give himself an edge against Rob Van Dam. And a money clip. No give up. Into the corner goes Kazuchika Okada. Jorge Guerrero was hoping to send him off the ropes, but he misplaced the throw. Diving past with a drop kick. And Jorge Guerrero looking to do the Eddie spot. But Red Shoes remembered how the last match ended. He's not going to buy it. Back and forth with the kicks and the elbows. Jorge Guerrero drops Okada with a kick and drills him with another. Ducks the punch and some hard elbows from the Rainmaker, followed by a beautiful drop kick. Twisting tombstone time. Okada enziguri. Might be thinking Rainmaker. Oh, faked out into the Shining Wizard. Poison Rana, no. Dumped on his face with Jorge Guerrero as we cross 5 minutes. Drop kick to the back from Okada. Those picture perfect. Kazuchika Okada drop kicks. Cross face from Jorge Guerrero, but no give up. Jumping knee. Boot in the corner. What is Jorge Guerrero looking for? Bronco Buster of sorts. Inverted 450, but that's going to be a rope break. Okada 2 feet from the ropes, and Jorge's trying to do it again. Red Shoes still not buying it. Twice in one match. Jorge Guerrero, you got to find something else. Okada's calling for the Rainmaker. This might be it. Nails Guerrero and Jorge out at 2. I would get as excited as I would like to, but it is 1 in the morning. I can't be yelling. Cannot be yelling full volume as much as I would love to be. Rainmaker. Oh. Jorge Guerrero saw it coming. Throwing the knee into the face of Okada. Okada could just be looking to end it. Oh. Beautiful kick from Jorge Guerrero. German suplex, holds, roll through into a drop kick. And Jorge Guerrero diving through into a drop kick. Jorge Guerrero also has some excellent drop kicks. Guerrero adjusting the mask. Off the ropes, nothing doing. Okada sidesteps. Up on the shoulders. I don't know what it's like a Death Valley driver. Okada off the ropes, drop kick. I mean, it's like an attitude adjustment. Jorge Guerrero, 10 minutes in, going for a 3rd time. Is he going to get it? No. Red Shoes still not buying it. Jorge, you're going to have to end this one the old-fashioned way. With that crossface of yours, tombstone, double stomp to the midsection, hooks the leg of Okada. Could that be it? No. 2.9. Okada kicking out. Rainmaker, no. Jorge Guerrero refusing to die. Refusing to go down. Side headlock takeover. Hooks the leg, but a rope break called by Red Shoes. Like I said earlier, diving splash, but a rope break. At the start of the tournament, long night for Red Shoes, calling every match of this tournament. Back and forth. Elbows, kicks. Okada, big boot. Jorge Guerrero staying down. Got to be getting tired. Cutter from Jorge Guerrero. That boot to the head from Okada, and Okada money clip, and that's it. Jorge Guerrero tapping out to the money clip. Both of Okada's victory plural. Both of Okada's victories not coming from the Rainmaker, but from the money clip. Very interesting. But Jorge Guerrero eliminated from the tournament. Both Guerreros, Eddie and Jorge, eliminated. Now we have Kenta versus Haruki Goto. And after that we have Juventud Guerrera and Ken Shamrock. You would think on a normal day Ken Shamrock is favored in that match, but he worked a 22-minute match against Kenta Kobashi. Juventud Guerrera, injured psychosis. So, you know, who knows? But entering first, representing Bullet Club, Kenta. Hope you all are enjoying this tournament as much as I am. His opponent, the man who bested the giant, Haruki Goto. As Stream Elements is pleasantly reminding us, remember to hydrate, drink your water. I have been. I actually might have to refill it yet again. A lot of water being drank here. And that is as necessary, as needed. Now Haruki Goto starting out on the offensive here. I would have to say Haruki Goto probably had the harder match. No shade to Kenta's former opponent, who I will be entirely honest, I don't remember who it was. Hooks the leg with 2 count, and we're not even 2 minutes in. Rear chin lock, Haruki Goto. Potentially trying to just get a sneaky win from a rear chin lock. You never see it, but it is possible. Back elbow from Haruki Goto. The elbow, the kick, and then the elbow. Wrenching on the leg afterwards. A lot of torque on the knee. Kenta sent into the corner. Haruki Goto, big kick in the corner. Followed by a backdrop driver. Saito suplex almost. Give or take. Elbows back and forth, both men. Just throwing. Kenta taking down Haruki Goto. Kenta going up top, looking, diving double foot stomp. Gets it. No. Goto out of the way at the last possible second. Ushigoroshi from Haruki Goto. He hit like 4 of those on the Giant. That's a big man to get up on your shoulders. Kenta much smaller. Catches the kick and sweeps the leg, does Goto. Hard kick to the back. Hard kick to the back again. As we cross 5 minutes, jumping big boot from Kenta. Big neck breaker. Hooks the leg. Just a 1 count. Elbow to the back of the head from Kenta and a stomp to the lower back. Then just a disrespectful kick to the face of Haruki Goto. Goto. I don't know what that's called, technically. It's like a attitude adjustment into like a Uranagi. Fireman's carry into a Uranagi. Kenta off the ropes, running kick to the ribs. And Kenta fighting out whatever Goto was looking for. Lariat. Discus lariat from Haruki Goto. And GTR. And Goto, Kenta no-sells the GTR. Just saying, nah, I'm not going out to your finish. Not yet. Not under 10. Back elbow from Kenta. The last person who no-sold the finish. I mean, did win a match, sort of. Quick palm to the face. Hard elbows from Kenta. Kenta following those elbows with 3 hearty kicks and dropping the elbow in the knee. Wrenching on the leg of Haruki Goto. Elbow from Kenta. Falcon Arrow. Kenta did the deal. Is that going to seal the deal? No. Just a 2.9. Almost sealing the deal. Is Kenta. Kenta off the top, diving double foot stomp. Gets it this time. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be enough? No. Haruki Goto fighting for the pride of chaos, fighting for the pride of his children. As realistically everybody in this tournament is as we cross 10 minutes. Yushi Goroshi. And Kenta, Falcon Arrow, did the deal. Is he going to seal it? No. Elbows back and forth. The violence from these men. Kenta overhand chop. Just a slap and a headbutt from Haruki Goto. A pin from Goto for 2. It's almost the Mahi's Thrall. Go to sleep. And Kenta. That's it. Goto's done. No! Haruki Goto out at 2. Goto diving cross-body. Slingshot cross-body, I should say, and a Yushi Goroshi to Kenta on the floor. Kenta's up and twist GTR. That is what beat the Giant in Goto's last match. Kenta Falcon Arrow, but that's going to be a rope break. Goto's leg in between the middle and bottom rope. Off the ropes, big clothesline from Haruki Goto. Goto coming off the ropes, looking for it again. Nails Kenta. Kenta sending Goto off the ropes and a jumping boot to the face and a hard kick to the back. Kenta sent off the ropes on a massive clothesline from Haruki Goto. And this is it, the GTR. The move that beat the Giant, and it will beat Kenta. Haruki Goto moving on to the round of 8. The quarterfinals of the tournament. Yes, I had to do math. I had to remember my numbers. Take a quick drink of water, see where I'm at. I am low. I might have to go refill my water bottle for the 3rd time this stream. In the 2.5 hours that we've been actively broadcasting outside of the 10-minute intro. Might have to go get some more water again. So I am going to do so. Everybody here, do the same if you have to. If you have to go to the bathroom, take a little bathroom break. Our next match, Juventud Guerrera. Come on. Come on. Juventud Guerrera, Ken Shamrock. To wrap up. Oh, Kenta beat Yuji Nagata. Juventud Guerrera, Ken Shamrock is our next match after the break. All right, we are back. I am back. I refilled my water, went to the bathroom, and gave my cat a little bit of lovin's. Because he came out from wherever he was sleeping. He really wants into the stream room, which sadly we cannot do. Because he likes to jump up on my table. And can't have that. Because that's not good. So, with that said, if you hear pawing at the door or him yelling, it's because he's locked out of the room and he wants in the room. Our next match, Juventud Guerrera, Ken Shamrock, right now. As mentioned earlier, been a big fan of my Circle water bottle. Not sponsored, by the way. Would love it if I was, but I am not. Entering first, the Juice, Juventud Guerrera, who injured his opponent in Psychosis in the first round. Been sipping on the strawberry watermelon. More strawberry flavor than watermelon, so big fan. But Hoovy has one hell of a task, and the most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Shamrock had a longer, more grueling match, going 22 minutes. He was huffing for air 13 minutes in. But he was also against Kenta Kobashi. So it was a very different style of match. Juventud, Psychosis, very fast-paced. Ken Shamrock and Kenta Kobashi, very physical. As you can see from the way Shamrock is starting this match. Starting with the physicality. Juventud trying to pick the pace up. Shamrock shutting it down. Hitting that single leg drop kick. Snap suplex from Shamrock. On face lock elbow to the back in the center of the ring. Off the ropes, back elbow. Quick punch to the back of the head. Frankensteiner from Juventud. Hoovy sending Shamrock into the corner. Shamrock looking for the ankle lock. Juventud looking for the 450. That is what he injured Psychosis with. I'm not sure what happened, if if Juventud just didn't make the full rotation, so he landed with his knees in the ribs of Psychosis. But Red Shoes knew he had to call the match. Big belly to back suplex. Step up Enziguri. Kick to the back, and Shamrock is working with a hurt neck right now. He injured his neck in that match against Kenta Kobashi. Took 4 orange crushes, kicked out of all of them. Took a brutal lariat. Something happened in his neck. Not major enough for Red Shoes to call for the bell. Crossing 5 minutes after Shamrock did have the ankle lock in. But Juventud did not give up. We are back in the ring. DDT from Shamrock. Now, of course, Shamrock having that hurt neck, if Juventud targets it just enough, he can really take advantage of that injury. Move on in this tournament fairly quickly. Off the ropes, ducks the clothesline from Shamrock, does Juventud up on the shoulders. What the hell was... Alright. From the shoulders into a flapjack of sorts. And a stalling suplex from Shamrock. Takes down Juventud. And a snap suplex. Changing the pace on the suplexes. Side headlock takeover from Hoovy, but a rope break called by Red Shoes. Pullback lariat drops Juventud, then a stomp to the midsection. Ken Shamrock up on the shoulders again and dropped on his face. Dragon screw leg whip from Ken Shamrock. Dragging Juventud away from the ropes. Shamrock off the ropes. Leapfrog from Juventud. Meeting in the lines. Double down at 8:30. Both men rise before 8:40. Drop kick missed. Frankensteiner from Juvi. Juventud Guerrera 450. Lands it perfectly. And Shamrock does not kick out. Juventud Guerrera moving on to the quarterfinals in what seems to be arguably the easiest fashion so far. He had a sub 15-minute match against Psychosis, if memory recalls, and then a sub 10-minute match against Ken Shamrock. Despite being injured, he put up one hell of a fight against the Juice. The Juice, Juventud, will be going against not Psychosis, against Haruki Goto. Now we have Taka Michinoku versus Scott Hall for our next round of 16 match. That wrapped up the top half of the bracket. So let's look at the top half of the bracket matches we have coming up. Rob Van Dam and Kazuchika Okada. Then Haruki Goto, Juventud Guerrera in the round of 8, the quarterfinals. Taka Michinoku against Scott Hall right now. Again, we want to thank everybody here for tuning in. 1:17 in the morning local time. So it is a late night here. But we are doing it because we've got a job to do as Taka Michinoku enters the ring. Taka Michinoku and Scott Hall. Scott Hall having put away Tama Tonga earlier in the tournament. Taka Michinoku eliminated... Oh, I just saw it too. Ultimo Dragon. Taka Michinoku eliminated arguably one of the greatest junior heavyweights of all time. But a Frankensteiner on Scott Hall gets a 1 count in under a minute. Taka Michinoku was on the receiving end of a lot of damage in that match. Memory serves. Whereas Scott Hall was fairly in control of his match. A massive back body or belly to back suplex off the top from Scott Hall, throwing out all the stops against Taka Michinoku already. Taka wrenching on the neck of Scott Hall, knee to the midsection. And Taka Michinoku off the rope, spinning heel kick, takes down the bad guy. Scott Hall sent into the corner by Taka Michinoku. Michinoku bringing him up top. What are we going to see? A superplex, an avalanche Frankensteiner. Arguably worse. Taka springboard dropkick to the back of the head and wrenching on the neck. Targeting the neck is Taka Michinoku. Working the neck and upper back of Scott Hall, but Scott Hall's calling for the razor's edge. Drills it. Drags Taka away from the ropes and hooks the leg. Are we going to see a sub 5-minute match? We are! Scott Hall putting Taka Michinoku away in 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Thanks for coming, Taka Michinoku. You eliminated Ultimo Dragon just to be dominated by Scott Hall. The outsider's edge. I keep calling it the razor's edge, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that also works. Now, Tiger Mask. God damn it. There we go. Tiger Mask and Jon Moxley. The winner faces Scott Hall in the quarterfinals. And then we have Brody Lee versus Rey Mysterio Jr. and Mason Kaidoa and Jimmy Wang Yang. But first, before we even get to Brody Lee, Rey Mysterio, we have Tiger Mask and Jon Moxley. Tiger Mask beat Satoshi Kojima to be here. I literally could have just looked, but I just could not tell you who Jon Moxley beat. I don't remember. I'm kind of sad about it. The fourth man to don the Tiger Mask enters the round of 16 in the Dad of the Year tournament. He steps to the Death Rider, Jon Moxley. He's looking for the Death Rider DDT. Tiger Mask is looking for a Tiger suplex or a Tiger driver of some sort. Big elbows. Tiger Mask going to work a lot faster than Moxley here. Going to try and keep the pace at a higher. Try and keep the pace up over Moxley. A 1 count before 45 seconds. Body slam from Moxley. Tiger Mask, like I said, trying to get some quick offense and an X-Plex from Moxley. Snapmare from Tiger Mask, dragging Moxley away from the ropes and a hard kick to the back. A leg lock of sorts. You gotta remember, Moxley, training in jiu-jitsu, knows how to handle a lot of submissions. So Tiger Mask has to be wary of that. He's got to watch for the bulldog choke from Moxley, and Moxley's already saying it's over. Nothing doing within 30 seconds of Moxley saying it's over, though. Matter of fact, Tiger Mask has been on the offensive since then. Going after the leg of Moxley. Moxley not giving up. Moxley escapes the submission, gets a 2 count just off getting out of the submission. Kicks from Tiger Mask and elbows from Moxley. And down goes Moxley. Those kicks from Tiger Mask, vicious. No give up from Moxley, and another X-Plex. Or release suplex. Moxley sent off the ropes. Tiger Mask tilt-a-whirl crucifix. Not even a tilt-a-whirl, just a crucifix for 2. Traps the legs in a crossface of sorts, and a pile driver from Tiger Mask. Stealing a move out of Moxley's book. A half Tiger suplex, it looked like, as we cross 5 minutes. Moxley sending Tiger Mask into the corner and a big lariat. STF applied. No give up from Tiger Mask. Tiger driver for 3. No. Almost putting away the Death Rider. Moxley off the ropes and a massive clothesline. Picking him up, and Death Rider DDT. Moxley beat Tanahashi. I believe he injured him with the Death Rider DDT. And another, butterfly suplex from Tiger Mask, and a spinning soul butt followed by 3 vicious kicks to Jon Moxley, then a tombstone pile driver. Tiger Mask telling Moxley, get up. I'm not done with you. More kicks from the fourth man to don the Tiger Mask. Potentially looking Tiger suplex instead. Tiger Mask in trouble. Rear naked choke locked in. But no. Refusing to go down. This Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask has been on the offensive for a majority of this match. Moxley's main offense in this contest has just been big move after big move, followed by, a few big lariats, but Tiger Mask has just been relentless. Diving drop kick to the face of Jon Moxley as we cross 10 minutes. Butterfly suplex. Tiger Mask off the ropes. Barrels through Moxley. Moxley, Death Rider, hooks the leg. Is that going to be it? No. Tiger Mask out at 2. And a buzzsaw kick from Tiger Mask. And is that going to be the move that takes Moxley out? No. And Moxley bulldog choke. Tiger Mask still refusing to go down. There's a possibility that we could see Tiger Mask versus Rey Mysterio Jr. in the semifinals. Moxley Death Rider. And Tiger Mask no-sells it. Tombstone. Into a cover. Tiger Mask just beat Jon Moxley. 12.5 minutes. Tiger Mask defeating the Death Rider. Excuse me. Pardon me for needing a drink there. Tiger Mask just defeating Jon Moxley. Now we will see Tiger Mask and Scott Hall next. Are in the round of 8 in the quarterfinals. Now we have Brody Lee and Rey Mysterio Jr. The second match, or the second to last match in the round of 16. Then we have Mason Kairoa and Jimmy Wang Yang. Of course, as mentioned previously, each competitor will continue to feel the effects of each match as the tournament progresses, making the matches shorter and more brutal for these competitors. Brody Lee, Rey Mysterio up next. Again, a massive thank you to everybody who's here. 1:30 local time. The Exalted One, Brody Lee, making his way to the ring. 1:30 a.m. I should specify. We've been going for 2 hours, 55 minutes, give or take, of actual broadcasting outside of the intro. This is going longer than some televised shows, and you're getting it for free here on Twitch. Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Brody Lee. Rooster, if you're still here, we know who you're pulling for. I love both these guys as a fan. I can't really pick a favorite. Butterfly suplex from Brody Lee. Obviously, as a broadcaster, I can't have a bias, but as a fan, I sure can. As I have said before, but in this match, it's hard to. Rooster says, heck yeah, man. He's obviously pulling for Brody Lee. Speaking of, 2 count in under a minute and a half for Brody Lee. This might not be looking good for Rey Mysterio and fans of Rey Mysterio. Mysterio off the ropes on a dropkick to the face. Meeting of the minds, nothing. Nobody goes down. Mysterio in the corner, back elbow from Brody Lee. Stuffs the Rana, high angle pin, but a rope break called by Red Shoes. That was a joke, by the way. For those of you who did not catch it during the Rey Mysterio Jr. Brody King match, Rooster is probably going for Rey Mysterio to win the whole tournament. Step up Enziguri takes down Brody Lee. The Exalted One, single leg crab. Back and forth, punches from Brody Lee and elbows from Mysterio. Down goes Brody Lee Mysterio drops after, but he gets up right away. Brody Lee running power bomb, and that's going to be a rope break. Great call by Red Shoes Uno. The perfect official for this tournament. A roll up. This is how Mysterio beat Brody King. Sort of. Not really. Power bomb from Brody Lee. And hooks the leg at 5 minutes. Gets a 2 count. Oh, and this is what Brody Lee did to beat Chris Benoit. Mysterio no-sells it. Mysterio up right away. Hard kick to the back of Brody Lee. Arm drag. Rey Mysterio firing up here. 5 minutes into the second round match. Frankensteiner. He's getting the speed moving. Coming off the top. Nothing doing. He was thinking about something off the top. Tornado DDT from Mysterio to Brody Lee. Brody Lee off the ropes. Mysterio wheelbarrow bulldog. Up top. Diving frog splash. Is that going to be enough? No. Almost was. 2.9. Brody Lee barely getting the shoulder up. Red Shoes Uno calling it beautifully, saying he got it up at the last second. Frankensteiner takes down Brody Lee. Mysterio was just floating. I believe we all saw that. This man is magic. Hip toss from Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is truly magic. Rey Mysterio Jr. Truly magic. I don't think anybody in this tournament stands a chance. Frog splash. Mysterio with a cover. No. Brody Lee out at 2.9 yet again. And Brody Lee with a brutal powerbomb, and Mysterio's hurt. He must have landed wrong in his back discus lariat. And that's 1, 2, 3. That is lights for Rey Mysterio. Mysterio hurts his back on the powerbomb, and the discus lariat shortly thereafter puts him away. Brody Lee moving on to the quarterfinals of the Father's Day tournament. I will say this. Next year, I'm starting this earlier. That's it. That's all I have to say. Now, moving on here. Mason Kairoa versus Jimmy Wang Yang. The final match in the round of 16. Here we go. Now that Rey Mysterio Jr. is out, Rooster sadly going to have to find someone new to root for. The Mistral King, Mason Kairoa, making his way to the ring here. And his opponent, Jimmy Wang Yang. Mason Kairoa beating Brian Cage to get here. Jimmy Wang Yang beating Penta in what most would consider an upset. And a cover right away. Just gets a 1 count. A boot to the midsection, then a running splash from Mason Kairoa. Big boot from Kairoa in the corner. Jimmy Wang Yang eats a deadlift German from Mason Kairoa. Front face lock, elbow to the back. Shot to the head. Front face lock, elbow to the back of Mason Kairoa. Jimmy Wang Yang gonna want to step the pace up here. Big, surprisingly damaging slam from Mason Kairoa for 2 Drop kick sending him to the floor. That cocky cover did not do him any favors. If he actually put weight on the shoulders of Jimmy Wang Yang, that could have been enough to put Jimmy Wang Yang away. Mongolian chop from Mason Kaidoa. Off the ropes, massive lariat. Overhead belly to belly. Now there is a blatant size difference here. Jimmy Wang Yang much smaller than Mason Kaidoa, but the chops hurting more than the punches of the trainer of CTWF. And now mounted punches in the corner from Jimmy Wang Yang. Spinning heel kick. Head first into the corner goes Mason Kaidoa. Sweeping out the legs of Kaidoa. But that's a super bomb into the ropes. Mongolian chop from Mason Kaidoa. One boot from Jimmy Wang Yang takes him down. It's got to be the cowboy boots that Jimmy Wang Yang wears in the ring. As we cross 5 minutes, Jimmy Wang Yang thrown into the corner, drilled with chops from Mason Kaidoa. Big lariat from Kaidoa into a cover. And almost puts Jimmy Wang Yang away. I did not think that would be a 2.9. I did not think it would almost be 3. Big full Nelson slam from Mason Kaidoa. Massive lariat stomp to the midsection. Jimmy Wang Yang sends him off the rope, spinning heel kick. Takes down the Mistral King, but one boot drops Jimmy Wang Yang, followed by a clothesline. Mason Kaidoa not wearing any special boots, just wrestling boots. Drop kick from Jimmy Wang Yang, who's doing all this in jeans, by the way. On the shoulders, Jimmy Wang Yang slips out the back, chop to the back of the neck. Oh, Mason Kaidoa, what the spinning backbreaker off the ropes. Big clothesline stomp to the midsection. Mason Kaidoa on a roll here. Call him butter because he's on a roll. And Jimmy Wang Yang, diving elbow drop. Mason Kaidoa out of the way at the last second. Tree of woe for Jimmy Wang Yang. 3 boots to the midsection. Jimmy Wang Yang drops, but one shot takes down Mason Kaidoa. Up on the shoulders. Airplane spin, power bomb. That might be the Mistral bomb. But it didn't do him any favors because he did it into the ropes. And a super bomb. Say goodnight. That is lights for Jimmy Wang Yang. Mason Kaidoa will be going head to head. I don't remember who won the last match. I don't know how I don't remember. Brody Lee. Mason Kaidoa will be going head to head with Brody Lee, the Exalted One. As we now go to the quarterfinals, Rob Van Dam, Kazuchika Okada. Do a quick rundown of where we are at. Rob Van Dam, Kazuchika Okada, Haruki Goto, Juventud Guerrero. For the top half of the bracket, and the bottom half of the bracket has Scott Hall versus the Tiger Mask. And then Brody Lee and Mason Kaidoa to end off this quarterfinals. Sadly, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Tiger Mask, Battle of the Masked Men, has been cut off by Brody Lee Jr. But Rob Van Dam, Kazuchika Okada, quarterfinals begin right now. As we have crossed the 3-hour mark. Rob Van Dam making his way to the ring. The whole effing show. I know I've said the whole line every other time. Sometimes you just got to change it up. Of course, his opponent the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. This match, the first of the quarterfinals. Both men have had grueling roads to get here. Van Dam took on Eddie Guerrero in the last round and beat Bruno Sammartino in the first round. I don't remember who Okada faced. Great broadcaster, by the way. Fireman's carry from Van Dam. Catches the kick DDT from Okada. Okada has beaten Yoshihiro Takayama and Jorge Guerrero. Both with the money clip. So that is what Van Dam has to look out for. Hooks the leg off the air raid crash neck breaker for a 2 short arm lariat. And there's the money clip. That is how Okada has won both of his matches so far. His first against Yoshihiro Takayama and his second 5-star. Oh, Okada moves at the last second. And his second against Jorge Guerrero. Rolling Thunder from Rob Van Dam. Van Dam. Butterfly. Angel's wings. Shouts out to Christopher Daniels. There's a money clip again. Van Dam's got to be careful here. Okada relentless with that hold. Back and forth spinning heel kick. Takes down Okada, but Okada gets up and drills him with a big boot. Arm drag takes down Van Dam. Moonsault from RVD. Is that going to be enough to put away Okada? No. Rainmaker out at 2. Okada off the ropes, rolling soul, but Van Dam looking around, trying to appease the audience, trying to get him involved. Twisting tombstone from Okada. Okada calling Rainmaker, but Van Dam shuts it down. Thought Okada was going to go for it again, but he didn't. Combination of kicks from Rob Van Dam. Van Dam. Springboard. Cross body. Uppercut from Okada. Rainmaker. Hooks the leg of Van Dam. Is that going to be enough to put RVD away? No. 2.9. Rob Van Dam. Trying to get the crowd involved here. Body slam, split-legged moonsault. He almost won his first match of the tournament with it, and he almost wins this one. Okada out at 2.9. Van Dam trying to get the crowd into it again. Looking for his supporters. 5-star. Got him. But Van Dam injured. Too hurt to get up right away and go for the pin. Okada dropped. Up on the shoulders. No. Van Dam out the back door. Uppercut. Potentially thinking Rainmaker was Okada. Off the ropes. Drop kick. Gosh dang. The beautiful drop kicks from Kazuchika Okada. Suplex takes over Okada. Van Dam. Gotta get something rolling here. Liger kick in the corner to Okada. Twisting. Nope, not even a tombstone. Okada's calling Rainmaker. We are 10 minutes into this match. Is he going to finish it? No, Van Dam shutting down the Rainmaker again with a kick to the head. Arm drag. Van Dam up top. 5-star. Frog splash. He gets the cover. Okada gone. No. 2.9. A body slam from Van Dam. Is he thinking for it again? Rob Van Dam. He's got to be. Up top, 5-star, number 3. Can he get the pin? Is that going to put Okada away? No, it isn't. Okada shutting him down. kicking out of the 5-star frog splash. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Van Dam going for it again. Well, he only kicked out twice. Van Dam couldn't pin the first time, and he couldn't that time either. And Van Dam looking for a 5th, but to the back. Cover. 1, 2. No! Okada refusing to die. Refusing to stay down. And Van Dam spinning heel kick. Okada stays down. Roundhouse kick. Rolling soul butt, the Van Dam kick. Off the ropes, clothesline takes down Kazuchika Okada. Okada into the corner now. Liger kick from Van Dam. I wish I could be louder right now, but it is incredibly late. Split-legged moonsault. Is that going to put Okada away? And it looks... No! It won't. It will not. Rob Van Dam going up. 5-star number 6. Oh, and Okada's ribs are broken. That's what it took to put the Rainmaker down. A serious injury to the point where Red Shoes has to call the match. Unbelievable. I thought Okada was just unbeatable. Van Dam, Rob Van Dam proving me wrong. As we go to our next match of Haruki Goto versus Juventud Guerrera. Kazuchika Okada made a very valiant effort. But Rob Van Dam just proving to be that much tougher. Beating Bruno Sammartino, Eddie Guerrero, and now Kazuchika Okada to move on to the semifinals. Our first semifinalist. The whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. And his opponent will either be Haruki Goto or Juventud Guerrera. Goto beating Kenta to be here, and Juventud beating Ken Shamrock to be here. Shamrock injured his neck in his first match against Kobashi, and then went 15 minutes with Juventud Guerrera. But he has to beat the man who bested the giant, Haruki Goto. And I know I already said who he faced, but I don't remember. Juventud Guerrera, the Juice. Looking to get this tournament. Trying to make the semifinals and face Rob Van Dam. Starting out the first 30 seconds, Haruki Goto on the offense. A quick roll up into the ropes. Rope break called by Red Shoes. Quick shot to the midsection. This first minute outside of that roll up has been all Haruki Goto. If you're Juventud Guerrera, you have to get the ball rolling here. You have to start to mount some offense. Because if Haruki Goto just gets going, he will not stop. Juventud injured Psychosis in his first match. Didn't quite make the full rotation on the 450, what we believe. He hits Ken Shamrock with it, puts him away. Frankensteiner for a 1 count against Haruki Goto. As mentioned multiple times throughout this tournament so far, as it wears on, the competitors, the contestants will be worn down, tired, in pain, nagging injuries. As Haruki Goto maintaining his offense. GTR after the Ushigoroshi and the hard kick to the back. A Romero special, but a rope break called by Red Shoes. Frankensteiner from Juventud. Juvi trying to get the ball rolling here. Got to pick up the pace against Haruki Goto. Crossbody for 1. Goto, hard elbows to the head, getting sent off into the ropes by Juventud Guerrera. Juvi with a drop kick, both men down. Goto up first. Elbows followed by an arm drag from the Juice. Juvi, moonsault. I thought we were going 450 in under 5-2. Sleeper hold. PK. I could be misremembering how long Juventud went. Nope. Juventud, I think that went around 13. For the back body drop bridge pin almost puts Juventud away. And there it is again. Is that going to put him away? No. 2. Juventud finally getting him up. Sit out, crucifix bomb. 2. Goto off the ropes, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, stretch muffler. Not a lot of damage has been done to Haruki Goto's leg throughout this tournament. And twist GTR. Goto beat the Giant with it. Will he beat the Juice? No. Snap suplex. Juventud up top. Moonsault. Not thinking 450 yet. Frankensteiner calling for the 450. Gets it, but he's in the ropes. Landing it clean. Twist GTR. The GTR. That's it. No. Juvi out at 2. Not even 2.9. Juvi up top. 450 again, but Goto's in the ropes. You got to get him out of the ropes. And another GTR. We're just hitting finishers, baby. Back-to-back finishers. Goto hooks the leg. We're done. We're going home. No. Juvi out at 2. Springboard cross body. Or slingshot cross body. The GTR on the floor. That's all we're hitting. We're just going finish after finish. Snap suplex from Juvi. The Juice not looking 450. Spinning heel kick. Oh, the reverse GTR. What is Goto thinking? Hard kick to the face. As we cross 10 minutes. Enziguri takes down Juventud Guerrera, or takes down Haruki Goto. Juvi gets 3 on the NZ. Haruki Goto kicking out at 3.1. But it is too little, too late. The Juice will face Rob Van Dam. The 5-star frog splash versus the 450 in the semifinals. Now we have Scott Hall. Come on. Versus Tiger Mask. There is still a chance for Mask versus Mask in the finals. Not Mask versus Mask, the stipulation, but in general. Scott Hall, Tiger Mask. Right now, our third quarterfinals match. The bad guy versus the 4th man to don the Tiger Mask. Scott Hall making his way to the ring, the bad guy. Looking for the outsider's edge to put everything out of the way here. To end the match. And his opponent, the Tiger Mask. Or just Tiger Mask, but, you know, the 4th man to wear. As I've said so many times throughout this broadcast. Kick to the head from Scott Hall. Tiger Mask gonna have to work fast. Butterfly suplex immediately. 30 seconds in. Going after the leg of Scott Hall. Scott Hall's legs have not really been worked this tournament to my recollection. Tiger Mask has gone through hell. Suplex into a cover for 1. Body slam takes down Scott Hall, and wrenching on the leg is Tiger Mask. Body slam from Hall. Cross arm breaker, but that's going to be in the ropes. Scott Hall sent off the ropes, barreling through Tiger Mask. I don't know what Tiger Mask was setting up for, but he did not do it. Cross arm breaker. More towards the center of the ring, but no give up. Into the corner goes Scott Hall, launching Tiger Mask to the floor. Shoulders into the bicep of Tiger Mask. Tombstone from Tiger Mask. I believe that is how he beat Jon Moxley, was with a tombstone. Scott Hall in at the count of 13. Kicks from Tiger Mask. Punches from Hall. Hall drops Tiger Mask. Going down shortly after, but getting up right away. Elbows from Tiger Mask. Butterfly suplex, center of the ring. Beautifully delivered. Tiger Mask got the ropes, flying. Little jumping clothesline. I don't want to say flying exactly. Cover from Scott Hall for 2. There's that tombstone that Tiger Mask beat Jon Moxley with. Tiger Mask diving headbutt. That's how he beat his first opponent. And that's almost how he beat Scott Hall with the combination. Quick punch to the back of the head of Tiger Mask. I don't remember who Tiger Mask's first opponent was, but I know he was beat with the diving headbutt. Chokeslam from Scott Hall. Doesn't go for anything after it. Forearms from Tiger Mask. Butterfly. Oh, Tiger Driver. Is that going to be it? No. Scott Hall out at 2.9. Red Shoes telling everyone he got the shoulder up at the last second. Outsider's Edge incoming. And oh no, Tiger Mask is hurt. Scott Hall has put away everybody with the Outsider's Edge. And I think he might have hurt everybody with it. Goodness gracious. Someone's got to stop this man. 7 minutes, 7 seconds. Scott Hall's matches are just getting shorter and shorter. If I remember correctly, his last match prior to the match with Tiger Mask against Taka Michinoku went 9 minutes. Tiger Mask beats Satoshi Kojima with the diving headbutt. Now we have Brody Lee versus Mason Kairoa. The final match in the quarterfinals, then we're to the semis. This tournament, tournaments after the first round just fly by. Every time. The Exalted One against the Mistral King. Next. Of course, making his way to the ring first is the Exalted One, Brody Lee. And his opponent, the Mistral King. If I'm entirely honest, the man I'm surprised has made it this far, Mason Kairoa. Here we go. Brody Lee, Mason Kairoa. Brody Lee beat Rey Mysterio in the last match. Mason Kairoa beat Jimmy Wang Yang. Big boot. Mason Kairoa blocks it. Knee to the midsection. Nothing doing afterwards. Quick punch to the head from Mason Kairoa. Kairoa off the ropes. Overhead belly to belly from the big rig. The big rig. Brody Lee. Head first into the corner goes Mason Kairoa. Big back elbow from Brody Lee. Mason Kaidoa puts it in the corner. He gets a throat chop for his efforts. Elbow to the back of Brody Lee. Mason Kaidoa, of course, going to be looking to finish this early. Get into the next match with as much energy as he can. Hooks the leg, gets a 1. Brody Lee going to be doing the same. Looking to try and end this as soon as he can. Suplex slam sends Brody Lee to the floor. A butterfly suplex from the Exalted One. Throat chop, it looked like. That was definitely high. Another butterfly suplex. And he's looking for the discus lariat on the floor. And Mason Kaidoa in the ring right away. That's how Brody Lee has won every match. But this is how Mason Kaidoa has won every match. The super bomb. But Brody Lee out at 2. Full Nelson slam. Both men have now hit the moves that have finished each match of theirs. Punches back and forth. Mason Kaidoa saying no, 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 and a clothesline as we cross 5 minutes. The difference is Brody Lee didn't. Oh my God, a super bomb of his own. Almost beat Mason Kaidoa with his own move. Kaidoa looking for 1. Spinning backbreaker. The difference is Brody Lee didn't hit that discus lariat in the ring. He hit it outside. Suplex slam, but Brody Lee up first. Big German suplex from the Exalted One. Back elbow to Mason Kaidoa. Headbutt. Mongolian chop, or I should say the Maori chops from Mason Kaidoa. And I thought Brody Lee was looking for the Sister Abigail discus lariat. Slam from Mason Kaidoa, butterfly suplex. And here it is, discus lariat. Mason Kaidoa's neck is hurt. And that's a cover from Brody Lee. See ya next time. Mason Kaidoa kick out at 3.1 all you want. It's 0.1 too late as Brody Lee moves on to the semifinals where he will take on who the fuck just won the last match? Scott Hall. Both men have won each match with 1 move. So they have a move that ends matches. Now, top half of the semifinals. Rob Van Dam, Juventud Guerrera. Each half of the bracket could not be more different. High-flying styles on the top half, and on the bottom half, more ground strike styles. Be very interesting to see how these two match up in the finals. But the bottom half of the bracket semifinals, Scott Hall and Brody Lee. Van Dam beating Kazuchika Okada to get here, and Juventud Guerrera beating Haruki Goto. Rooster, you are going to bed. I appreciate you being here. My friend, it is 2 in the morning. You are a saint for being here. I appreciate you, especially after working, because I know you wake up fucking early for work. You have a good night. Thank you for being here. Hope you and the family are doing well. Much love to you. Rob Van Dam, Juventud Guerrera, right now. Entering first, the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. And his opponent, the Juice, Juventud Guerrera. this match. It's going to be contrast the styles of the next one. This is going to be fast-paced. A lot happening very quickly. Off the ropes, between the legs goes Van Dam. Between the legs again, meeting in the minds. Nothing happens. Arm drag from RVD. Hooks the leg of Hoovy. Gets a 1 count, 30 seconds in. Elbows from the Juice, dragging RVD away from the ropes. Cover immediately. 1, no. 2 1 counts in under a minute. Fireman's carry from Rob Van Dam. Donkey kick, or a mule kick from Hoovy. Kick to the back of Van Dam. Van Dam up right away. Off the ropes goes RVD. Crossbody ducks under does Rob Van Dam. RVD sent off the ropes. Does not duck that one. Cover 1, no. Just a crossbody for 1 from Hoovy. Spinning toe hold. Takes down Rob Van Dam. Cover for 1, no. Spinning leg lariat from Rob Van Dam. Drop toe hold. Hoovy. Powerbomb high stack. Is that going to put Van Dam away? No, it's going to get a 2 count though. And a roll up as Van Dam tried to pick Hoovy up for 2. The winner of this is going to have to face a man much larger than them. No matter what, the finals are going to be tough for the winner of this. Release German suplex after the diving kick from Van Dam. Drop kick from Juventud. And Hoovy powerbomb. High stack yet again. For, 2. Just the 2. Now Juventud just teeing off. And Van Dam, 5-star. He's going to have to drag Hoovy away from the ropes. Another cover. Is that going to put him away? No. Kicked out just after 5. Just after 5 minutes, I should specify. Hoovy sending Van Dam off the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Elbows from Hoovy. Hoovy's doing his taunt. Doing the dance that he does when he wins matches. 450. Is he celebrating too early? No, so far he is. Off the ropes, into the corner goes Van Dam. Or not off the ropes, but Irish whip into the corner. Van Dam diving leg drop. Oh, I thought he was going to go 5-star there. Try and put this match away. Boot to the hamstring of Hoovy. Taken down, and then takes down Van Dam. Suplex. Sends Hoovy to the floor. RVD thrown into the barricade. Van Dam in at 8. Side headlock takeover. If Van Dam gives up here, you know he's tired. You know he's exhausted. Off the ropes, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And a Hoovy driver for 3. Juventud Guerrera is moving on to the finals of the Dad Tournament, the Father's Day Tournament. The Michinoku Driver 2, also known as the Hoovy Driver, when performed by Juventud Guerrera specifically. It is now time for the other semifinals match of Scott Hall versus Brody Lee. Brody Lee beat Mason Kairoa to get here, and Scott Hall beat Tiger Mask. Semifinals, match 2, right now. .337 into the live broadcast. And it is time for the bad guy Scott Hall to take on the exalted one, Brody Lee. Making his way to the ring now. The second participant in the semifinal match, Brody Lee. Red Shoes Uno has been working. Front face lock. Elbow to the back, towards the center of the ring after Brody Lee sent Scott Hall in the corner. Sends Scott Hall in the corner, into the corner again. Body slam over the top senton. Eddie Guerrero style from Brody Lee. And a submission hold that for some reason I can't remember the name of from Scott Hall. But it was a rope break anyways. Butterfly suplex. Scott Hall as both men are back in the ring. Another butterfly suplex to Scott Hall. Knee to the midsection. A rolling gator roll from Brody Lee, and he's doing it again. Trying to tire out Scott Hall, maybe make him a little dizzy. Brody Lee has won all 3 of his matches with the Sister Abigail Discus Lariat. And Scott Hall has won all of his matches with the Outsider's Edge. Off the ropes, big boot from Brody Lee, stomp to the midsection. Scott Hall's matches have been getting shorter and shorter though. So you have to worry for Brody Lee if he can break that curse and get over the 7-minute mark. Or we'll just say get over the 8-minute mark because that'd be even better. That'll be for sure over the last match. I think it was 7:17. The abdominal stretch, not abdominable. And here's the Outsider's Edge. Brody Lee in trouble. Is every match just gonna keep getting shorter for Scott Hall? No, not yet. Anyways, there are still 2 minutes for this match to get shorter for Brody Lee, or for Scott Hall. My apologies. Michinoku driver after the discus lariat, but it wasn't the discus lariat that Brody Lee likes to end matches with. A Sister Abigail into it. And a discus lariat from Scott Hall after the Testo Will. A strike contest, overhead belly to belly from Brody Lee. Back elbow. Super kick. Brody Lee potentially calling for the finish, but Scott Hall's up right away. German suplex. Both men down. Scott Hall, if he's looking to keep every match shorter and shorter, he's got to go here. I don't think he's going to do it. Brody Lee looking to finish, though. Discus lariat. Scott Hall's hurt. That's what beat the last guy, and no! Hall out at 2.9. And Hall looking for the Outsider's Edge. This match longer than the last, but it might not be for long. And no, Brody Lee out at 2.9. Fall away slam. Both men have now taken the other's finish and kicked out just barely before the 3. Scott Hall saying it's over. Brody Lee super kick. And he was looking for that Sister Abigail into the discus lariat again. Scott Hall fights out of it off the ropes, shoulder block. This is longer. This match is officially longer in 10 seconds at least. It is now officially longer than Scott Hall's round of 16 match, but it might not be by much as Brody Lee hits that discus lariat and sends Scott Hall packing. Brody Lee, Juventud Guerrera in the finals for the Father's Day tournament for the Father's Championship. That's a way better name than the Dad Championship. Juventud Guerrera. The Juice. Brody Lee. The finals are now. Let me get my mouse off the screen here. And entering first, the Juice, Juventud Guerrera. And his opponent in the finals, the Exalted One, Brody Lee. Juventud Guerrera. Brody Lee. The finals have begun. It might not be a long match. Uppercut. It's a 1 count for a minute. Stuffs the Raw on a high angle pin, but a rope break. Juvi able to reach the ropes. Face lock elbow to the back center of the ring. Romero special. Both men have had grueling paths to the final by this point. Nobody's particularly had it easy. Suplex sends Juvi to the floor.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Spinning toe hold takes down Brody Lee. Juvi in at 5. Brody Lee in at 6. Sent off the ropes, tilted roll head scissor from Juventud. The Juice trying to keep the pace fast here, and another head scissor. Roll over, nothing doing. Brody Lee, power bomb, no. Rana roll up from Juvi, 1, 2, no. Throat thrust from Brody Lee, then an overhead belly to belly off the ropes, nothing doing as Juventud gets up. Frankensteiner from the Juice. Juvi up top. Moonsault. Thought he was going 450. I don't know why he didn't. Gets 2 on the moonsault. And into the corner. Brody Lee picking him up top. What are we going to see here? Nothing. Juvi another moonsault. I don't know why he's not going 450 this early. Try and end it. Because Brody Lee's going to right here. Discus. A lariat. But Juvi no sells. Juvi up right away. Juvi up top. 450. There it is. 1, 2. No. Brody Lee said, I'm not doing it. Kicks out at 5 minutes on the dot. Suplex sends Juvi to the floor again.
2, 3, 4.
Juvi into the ring at 4 after getting suplex to the outside. Snap suplex takes down Brody Lee. Juvi up top, 450. That's a rope break. Brody Lee's foot underneath the rope. Super kick. Brody Lee calling for the finish. Dragging Juvi away from the ropes before he goes for it. The discus lariat. Juvi's hurt. That's how every match is ended. And Brody Lee said, I'm not done. I'm fucking doing it again. You're done. 2, 3. See you later. The father champion is Brody Lee. I can't believe it. I figured 1 was enough every other time. Brody Lee hits the discus lariat. The injury occurs. He goes for the pin. He gets up. He says, I'm doing it again. And he drills Juventud with another to cement himself the father champion, the dad of the year, the Father's Day champion, Brody Lee. Oh, there we go. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are 3 minutes. I keep saying minutes. We are 3 hours and rounding up 50 minutes into the live broadcast outside of the 10-minute intro, which will not be uploaded to the YouTube version. pushing 4 hours. It is 2:20, maybe 2:30, because my computer is behind time in the morning. This is what I get for starting at like 11. No, 11? 11, 12. Yeah, this is what I get for starting at 11 in the morning. Or 11 at night. I get a stream that goes like 11:30. I get a stream that goes till 2:30 in the morning. But I would do it again. And I will see you at least next year for the Father's Day tournament, which is now going to become an annual thing. But instead of like the Brody Lee Memorial Tournament where you just put the titles on the line in the tournament, it's going to be another 32 dad wrestler tournament. So expect to see a few repeats. And the winner is just going to face Brody Lee in a 60-minute time limit title match afterwards. But I want to give a huge thank you to every single person who tuned in today. And to watch out for a return of CTWF and VSPW. Because I'm not going to lie, I miss doing those shows. And so I'm probably going to bring them back. I've been toying with the idea of doing a full roster restart. I already have a league built to crown a new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And then the semifinalists of the finals tournament will compete for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, as I did for the previous time around. And then the brands, CTWF and VSPW, the opposing companies, for lack of better phrasing, will begin anew. But until that day comes, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.